In the playoffs, true champions are made in big games, and TNT has a pair. The pieces of the Suns' first-round blueprint have been laid out. When viewed together, they could spell out sweep. Tonight, Phoenix can certify those plans in advance. As for Memphis, win or go home is the sole reality and the only solution. The architect of the Kings' playoff run had all his tools in Game 3. Mike Bibby was classic as Sacramento etched out a win in their best game yet. Up 2-1, the Sonics must determine if the Kings are indeed back or if they only look good on paper. TNT covers all the angles of the blueprint. Next.
They are upbeat here in Memphis. It's Memphis in May, and the Beale Street Music Festival is underway. People coming from all over and heading into the FedEx Forum tonight to see whether the Memphis Grizzlies can live to play another day as they go against the powerful Phoenix Suns, who are trying to sweep the Memphis Grizzlies out of the playoffs. Welcome to Game 4 of our Western Conference first-round matchup on TNT between the Phoenix Suns and the Memphis Grizzlies. And right now, let's take a look at tonight's McDonald's starting lineups, the same lineups used by both teams in every game. Quentin Richardson, Sean Marion, and Amari Stoudemire up front with Joe Johnson and Steve Nash at guard, Shane Battier, Pau Gasol, Lorenzen Wright. The front court for the Grizzlies with Mike Miller and Jason Williams. One player who is not going to be around is Bonzi Wells, who missed the shoot-around, and by mutual agreement, it was reported, will not be in the building. Pam Oliver will have more about that. But first, let's talk about the game. And, you know, when you're down 3-0, even though you're at home, and the Grizzlies knew what that was like against San Antonio last year, you're going against a powerful club tonight.
Well, the first thing is you've got to establish a low post game. You've got to try and get the Phoenix Suns in foul trouble. That is your one chance to win some games in this series.
All right, and for more on the Bonzi Wells story, let's go over to Pam Oliver.
Yeah, Dick, from the time we arrived at the arena tonight, we heard rumors that Bonzi Wells had missed shoot-around. When I asked Mike Fratello that directly the first time, he would not confirm that. He went on to confirm it later in a press conference. He said by mutual agreement, they had a discussion that it was in the best interest of the team that Bonzi Wells do not suit up and that he is not on the bench. He's not even in the building. I am told this is the direct result of the fact that Wells and Fratello do not get along, and that this is the culmination of all that. Fratello would not say that directly when we asked that in the news conference. However, I asked Pau Gasol if this is a distraction for them tonight. He said, you know what? It can't be. Back to you.
All right, Pam, thank you very much. And, of course, Bonzi Wells did not play at all in Game 2. And Mike Fratello quick to point out that the team played well in that game. They lost by 5 points. So you knew that things were brewing between Mike Fratello and Bonzi Wells long before tonight.
Well, it's a shame that something culminates in a night like tonight. You know, in the playoffs, you don't want this kind of distraction. You just want to play ball.
And play ball we are. Ken Maurer, Ron Garrettson, and Mark Wunderlich are officials, and the Grizzlies win the tip. Jason Williams, who is shooting the lights out so far in this series. The double team on Pau Gasol, the leading scorer at 19 a game for the Grizzlies. And here is Williams putting up a three and giving Memphis the early lead.
Well, you see right away, if you go at Stoudemire in the low post, they're going to double team right away to try and keep him out of foul trouble. And that's going to open up shots on the outside. You just have to make them.
Amazing as it is, the Phoenix Suns are scoring at a higher playoff pace than they did in the regular season. They average 110.4. They're above that by a few percentage points as Joe Johnson scores for the first time for Phoenix tonight.
And Joe's showing his versatility, taking the ball all the way to the rack.
And Joe Johnson, who served as the backup point guard in game number 3, Pau Gasol hitting, and Gasol, who had 28 points in game 2, was the leading scorer for the Grizzlies. Closest they came. That was their best chance of winning a game in this series when they lost 108 to 103. They had a 5-point lead in Phoenix with 4:04 to go and could not hold on.
Well, in that game, Gasol had a monster inside game. Tonight, you see, second shot, he goes to the outside where he knows he won't be get double teamed. Has a chance to get the ball in the air.
Steve Nash leading the break. And throws the ball away, and Amari Stoudemire was not expecting that pass.
Well, Steve Nash was expecting Stoudemire to go to the rim, go where you're best. You know, get to where I can get you into attack mode. You can launch and get one of your thunderous dunks off.
So Williams at the point with Wright and Mike Miller, who has been superb from three-point range. Grizzlies actually shooting better than they did in the regular season as Gasol through the lane off the front rim. And here come the Suns.
And we've seen Gasol 3 different places on the floor tonight.
And Nash getting the field goals. So Steve Nash, whose highest point total in the series was 13, shooting only 39%.
So Gasol has posted up, faced up, and I've been isolated in 3 possessions.
And they go low to Lorenzen Wright, working against Sean Marion, the best defender on this Suns team. And held on to by Amari Stoudemire. And there is the big danger. The lead pass a little bit too high for Sean Marion.
Well, again, you see with the Suns, if you don't get back in transition, you don't have good balance, they're going to throw the long ball. They're going to try and make you pay the price with the easy score.
And as you said, the key, try to get Amari Stoudemire in foul trouble. This is not a deep team. They're basically playing 7 players in this first round. And Gasol beat Stoudemire, who tried to front him.
Again, it was a nice pass for Lorenzen Wright from the top. No help from the weak side.
3-point lead for Memphis.
Gasol going to be taken off the dribble by Joe Johnson.
And he just sees his shot go off the rim, but he definitely beat the bigger 7-foot Pau Gasol easily.
Well, Gasol was forcing him baseline. There should have been help there to help him.
And the pass from Williams thrown out of bounds. And they turn it over. So Memphis in front 7-4 in the last game here at the FedEx Forum. They ran out to an 8-0 start. And Phoenix with a big second quarter run put an end to that. 20-point win as Quentin Richardson, driving strong to the hoop, is fouled by Lorenzen Wright.
Yeah, I don't think in the first 12, 24, or 36 minutes it really matters what the score is for the Phoenix Suns. They can put points up in such a hurry, in such flurries, that they can come back from any lead.
Quentin Richardson, who is superb in the stretch run in game number 2, blocked shots, hit from the field, did just about everything. And Richardson, 22 points, his top scoring game in the opener of the series, makes the free throws to bring Phoenix to within 1.
Well, Q, again, that block was the biggest play of the game, I think.
Joe Johnson guarding Miller, double team, nearly deflected by Nash, and we're going to have a foul called, and a foul will be against Steve Nash. So Nash very nearly got his hands on the ball, and he got his hands on Jason Williams.
Yeah, skip pass over the top. Nash didn't see the ball. He went back, and once he thought Williams had him beat, he just took the foul.
Here's Pau Gasol from the corner, hitting. Red hot is Pau Gasol. He has 6 points on 3-for-4 shooting.
Again, they're trying to go at Stoudemire as best they can.
Here is Stoudemire going up, and a terrific move. How do you stop a play like that with that spring?
Don't let him go right. He's so good going to his right, so explosive. You just cannot let this guy go right.
And the pass knocked away by Marion, saved by Gasol. Here is Lorenzen Wright, and feeding Battier, who is not in good position to take a shot, but he is fouled by Quentin Richardson.
Lorenzen's got to finish that play off. I mean, he had an easy 2 points. Right here, Stoudemire goes to that right, and then, you know, he just explodes. He just jumps into people. He's got a great knack of great body control and the ability to finish.
The Memphis Grizzlies struggled at the end of the season, unlike the Suns, who won 5 of their last 6. Phoenix dropped 5 of their last 6 games and have been in a funk in the last couple of weeks.
Well, Memphis did that last year at the end of the season also.
Here's Lorenzen Wright, blocked by Amari, and the rebound taken down there by Nash. Richardson driving on Pau Gasol. Misses the layup. Pulling up, Jason Williams with a 3-point attempt.
See, I can't say that I like that shot. I mean, you have numbers in transition. 3-point shooting just fuels the Phoenix Suns.
And Nash hits the 3. You see, you don't want to shoot early in the clock and up-tempo against a team that loves that pace.
No, they're going to be so much better at that game than you are. You want to do what you're doing early. Get the ball into the paint. Take the advantage break. Create the 3-on-2. Take it all the way. Draw a defense to you and let one of your teammates finish.
Suns leading 11-9. And how many times have we seen games in which the players are not patient and they put up the shot early? Lorenzen Wright was patient. He gets his first field goal to tie the game. There is Nash, almost lost it behind his back. Wide open is Marion. He'll fire the three. Nash with the offensive rebound.
Again, what you're seeing is the space and the great spacing for the Phoenix Suns come into play.
And another skip pass out to Quentin Richardson. Richardson going strong and does not get the basket, but will go to the line to shoot two. Foul is on Lorenzen Wright, who quickly picks up his second.
We've seen this play coming down the floor after in transition. Great spacing by the Suns. The extra pass made Nash with a wide open three-pointer that he just buried. One of the best three-point shooters in the league.
And Brian Cardinal at the scorer's bench will come in. Lorenzen Wright quickly picking up two. Richardson misses the first free throw. Well, tomorrow night on NBA TV, the Bulls meet the Wizards in Game 4 of their series. Coverage begins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Chicago leading Washington in that series 2-1.
With the substitution, you'll see Cardinal come in the game to guard Marion now. And now Gasol will go over to Stoudemire.
And Brian Cardinal has been quite a hustling player. And, of course, you'd like him to make the shots, because if he can do that, then you've got a real solid guy off the bench.
He's been shooting the ball well. In his career, he shot the ball extremely well from three-point line, free throw line. He gets to the foul line and gets steals. He does a lot of good things.
Shane Battier underneath the double team. Stoudemire gets the block, and Marion has it. Ill-advised by Battier at that time. Here's Johnson going in. Basket counts in the foul, and that's where the Suns burn you. Foul is on Brian Cardinal, and a chance for Phoenix to open up a 4-point lead.
Well, in this play down here, you know, Shane with all their shot blockers, he can't take that shot. And Cardinal, he makes the Cardinal sin right here by fouling a guy and letting him score. He's either got to take him out of the play, no basket, and put him on the free throw line for two, or let him go.
Joe Johnson, who has scored 20 points in each of the last two games, misses the free throw. So the Suns doing what they do best on the fast break, have outscored the Grizzlies 7-0. And you know they'll outscore them in that, but that 7 is a lot of points nearly halfway through the first quarter. Marion got a piece of it. Here's Pau Gasol inside. And the Suns get the ball and the 4-point lead halfway through the opening quarter. Double team on Johnson. Quentin Richardson picked up by Battier, 10 on the clock.
Late clock, they always go to pick and roll, let Nash do the creating.
Battier picks up Nash on the switch. The ball knocked loose. 2-on-1 break. Williams and Miller, and they mess it up. And the officials check with each other. Last touch by the Suns, but that was a 2-on-1 break.
So Jason Williams has to make this play. He's got to make the defense come to him. He didn't. He just made a decision to go behind his back, and the defense stayed at home and made actually a pretty good play.
And a timeout with 5:41 remaining in the first quarter. Phoenix looking for the sweep.
The 2005 NBA playoffs on TNT, brought to you by Miller. There's good enough, and there's better than it has to be. Miller, good call. By Dimension Films and Mindhunters, in theaters everywhere Friday, May 13th. By E-Trade Financial, and by Sprite and Thirst, reminding you to obey your thirst.
Suns lead the Grizzlies by 3, and now it's time for the Gatorade Around the Cooler report. And for that, let's check it out with Pam Oliver.
Hey, Dick, there's little doubt in watching and listening to the Grizzlies. They are a team with some issues. Talking with Jason Williams the other day, who has butted heads with Mike Fratello this season, although he insists they have smoothed things over. I was curious about the Grizzlies starting point guard and how he was handling those long stints on the bench in the playoff series. Williams said that he's just trying to go with the flow. He feels he could do more, and that Memphis fans definitely feel he can do more. I asked him if he was frustrated. He said, well, everybody's frustrated. Mike Miller backed that up when he told me, with as many talented guys as we have, it's difficult to keep everybody happy. Back to you.
All right, Pam, thank you very much. A three-point basket by Joe Johnson. And, of course, coming into the game, Jason Williams shooting 53% from the field. And, of course, it's easy to pile on, isn't it, at this point?
Yeah, all this comes down when a team is losing. You don't ever hear any of these problems when, you know, the team is winning. Winning cures all ills.
And it's hard when you're the number 8 seed with the problems going against a team like the Phoenix Suns. Jason Williams, the hot hand 4-point game, and that ended an 11-2 run for the Suns. We have under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Nash with the flash double team. Stoudemire finds Quentin Richardson, who hits the three. Well, this team's clicking on all cylinders.
Well, right there, Q loves that spot. Quentin loves to come up that right wing, shoot that three-point shot. And, you know, Nash does such a great job of just finding people. Every one of his passes hits guys in their hands where they're ready to shoot it.
Suns looking for their first sweep since 1995. That was a best-of-5 series. Here's a 2-on-1 off the turnover. Joe Johnson, and the foul is called. So Battier back to defend Joe Johnson on a 2-on-1 in a 7-point lead, and they're going to call the foul on Brian Cardinal, his second.
Right here, you see they run the pick and roll down the middle. Everybody rotates over, but leaves Quentin Richardson wide open for the easy three.
And Johnson hits the first free throw. The Suns shooting 63% here in this first quarter, and leading by 8 points. And of course, most of those coming on layups.
Well, there's been a lot of turnovers, a lot of deflections, some blocked shots. Every one of those opportunities, the Suns are getting out and making the Grizzlies pay.
A year ago, the Grizzlies, who won 50 games, Hubie Brown, coach of the year, then ran into the San Antonio Spurs in the first round and lost in 4th straight. Good pass from Williams to Mike Miller.
And that was Stoudemire on the weak side. Should have been helping on that. That's good to see for the Grizzlies. Mike Miller has not been involved in this offense at all. They got to find a way to get him more shots.
Stoudemire in the paint going out to Nash.
That's a walk.
And Nash hitting the three.
Steve Nash doing a great job, again, orchestrating this offense, whether he's passing or shooting.
Second three for Nash. And a 10-point lead for the Suns. Miller off of the screen with a 2-point attempt, and the rebound by Marion. Quickly out to Nash. Grizzlies getting back, but you never know it on defense the way the Suns are storming to the basket. And Joe Johnson with a reverse layup attempt is fouled and will shoot two. The foul on Battier, his first.
The problem is, first of all, the Suns outlet pass. I mean, Steve Nash is catching the ball between the three-point line and half court, and it's one pass up the floor and into attack mode for their wing players. Joe Johnson, good off the dribble, takes the contact and goes to the free throw line.
And Joe Johnson now with his 10th point of the game. And coming into the game is Jim Jackson.
So you see this outlet pass on the run. Nash is on in full throttle, finds Johnson ahead, and he gives him the easy pass for the attack.
Jim Jackson, who had 17 points, hitting 5 out of 7 from three-point range, has come into the game in a 27-15 game, and a timeout is called. 22nd timeout.
One of the things that the Grizzlies have to do is they got to choke this off. You got to jam the rebounder. You got to stop the outlet passes from being so far up the floor.
It looks to me that the Suns are playing so free and easy, Mike, knowing they're up 3-0, and I don't think they have any concerns. In fact, we asked Mike D'Antoni before the game, what is he really concerned about? And he said really nothing. In fact, the one thing he did say, because it was the worst kept secret in the building about Bonzi Wells, everyone knew that Bonzi Wells was not going to be around tonight. He said Bonzi Wells actually would be a concern for me because he can explode and get a lot of points.
Well, Bonzi's a very explosive player that can play in the low post, and that's what concerned him. He can put up some big numbers. Yeah, but the reality of this is you're playing the best team in the league. 31-10 at home, 31-10 on the road. So it shouldn't seem, I mean, it's not like you're gaining any kind of advantage by getting the Phoenix Suns on the road.
Of course, Bonzi played for you in Portland.
Bonzi played, and he played very well for me in Portland.
Under 3.5 to play in the first quarter. Dick Stockton, Mike Dunleavy, and Pam Oliver. The #1 seed Miami Heat with a 4-game sweep over the New Jersey Nets. The Suns #1 in the West trying to do the same. The block by Amari Stoudemire, his third of this first quarter. Here's Joe Johnson hitting another three.
Why run for the layup when you can get a three? They have a 3-on-2. It's an easy layup or dunk for Joe Johnson. He goes to the corner, which is one of his favorite spots, and bangs down the three.
Worst case scenario with this crowd is to open up a huge lead. Mike Miller coming back with a 2-point field goal, and it's 30-17, the Suns lead. And getting 30 points or more, nothing unusual for this team in a quarter.
Well, right now you see the isolation for Stoudemire. Gasol forces him left, does a nice job there.
So that's the key,
yeah, exactly. And also Joe Johnson playing point guard right now. Big matchup. You may see him go down to the low post.
Miller misses outside. Trying to save it is Johnson. And good hustle by Marion. Battier didn't go for the ball, but Marion did. And so that extra hustle giving the Suns an opportunity as we approach 2 minutes remaining in the first.
Joe Johnson, 6'7", going against Jason Williams right now.
And also by doing that, Jim Jackson could play more time. Here is Jackson for three, and he hits. So a two-fold move by Mike D'Antoni. Leandro Barbosa plays hardly any time. Jackson comes into the game more, and Johnson becomes the backup point guard. It's worked like a charm.
But what's happening for them is, Jackson wasn't getting the minutes he needed, and in the playoffs, Barbosa wasn't getting the minutes he needed to get the rhythm. So Mike made a decision. I'm going to go with my versatile guy, Joe Johnson, and limit one player and give both guys the minutes they need, and Jimmy Jackson's coming in and done the job.
Like you said, when the three's there, take it. They've hit 6 out of 8.
They're pretty amazing.
Here's tonight's Lamisel step-up play.
Well, the Suns are coming on this 3-on-2 fast break, and stop right here. Marion gets the ball to the middle, and normally you see Joe Johnson come right in here for this easy layup, but instead he goes to the corner, his favorite spot for a three-point shot. And why take 2 when you can get 3?
Well, the Suns with 6 three-pointers already in this game, and they set a franchise record with 15 in the opening game of this series at the America West Arena, won by the Suns 114-103. In the 4 regular season games, which are a distant memory now, the team split 4 games, and the Grizzlies held the Suns under 103 of those occasions. No one's thinking of that now. Earl Watson in the game is the backup point guard. Good ball movement. Posey from outside. And getting good position is Amari Stoudemire.
Grizz have good shooters, but they're not as good as the Suns. That pressure from what the Suns have already done, I think, just is taking them out of their game.
Suns have scored on 11 of its last 13 possessions, so it's been almost automatic for them with 6 on the shot clock. Joe Johnson inside feeding Stoudemire, blocked inside. Battier and Posey were there, and the shot clock, let's see if they call it, yes, a shot clock violation.
Well, the Grizzlies have come into the game with Earl Watson at the point to try and put more pressure on Joe Johnson. He's trying to counter what Mike D'Antoni is doing. If you're going to put a big point guard in the game, I'm going to put my best guy as far as ball pressure on you.
Number 30 was Dante Jones, who has entered the game. Jones did not play in game 1, scored 8 points, and was scoreless in 8 minutes in the last game. Played a Duke like everyone else, it seems. So.
Well, he's an extremely athletic player. He's a pretty good defender, and he's underrated as a shooter.
And he's more athletic, so could be a good matchup against the Suns. Battier leaves it into the corner, and a three-point basket for Dante Jones.
That's timely for Dante to step on the court, first play down, and bang down the 3.
Under a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Suns lead by 13. We're up by as many as 16 before the basket by Jones.
Well, Jimmy Jackson's got the ability to handle the ball. You might see him start bringing the ball up some instead of Joe against Watson.
Marion to Johnson, guarded by Earl Watson. Step back by Joe Johnson. He can't miss. 2-point basket for Joe Johnson, who has hit 5 out of 6 and has 16 first quarter points.
Again, the advantage of Joe Johnson at the point, going against a smaller Watson.
Pau Gasol couldn't get enough mustard on his layup, and here come the Suns again. They could play for the last shot, and Sean Marion with a runner gets the hoop, and it's a 17-point lead for the Suns.
Well, they just show, they disregard totally. Last shot of quarters, games, layups, doesn't really matter.
They don't need a clock.
Just score, baby, score.
They certainly don't need a 24-second clock. Biggest lead of the game right now, and coming back and missing is Battier, and Dante Jones crashing the boards, and he is called for the foul.
That's a tough mistake right there. 0.1 second on the clock. You don't want to let them have a chance to go down and score at the free throw line.
When you're in the penalty with 1/10 of a second remaining. Dante Jones, originally a #1 draft pick from the Boston Celtics, traded to Memphis, started the first 7 games of his career this season. And Jim Jackson with 1 more free throw.
And Jimmy had a 3-point earlier. You hate to see these guys, these good shooters, get to the free throw line and calibrate, get their shot, keep their confidence.
Jackson makes them both. And that will do it in the end of the first quarter. Joe Johnson, who has scored 20 points in each of the last 2 games, has 16 in the first quarter of this one. And after one in what could be the series clincher, the Phoenix Suns, giving no indication that it'll be otherwise, lead the Memphis Grizzlies by a score of 39-20.
My Grand Cherokee's 4x4 of the year, and I got 0% financing.
Because it has amazing four-wheel drive capability, and it's trail rated. Plenty of cargo room.
5-star crash test rating.
And a great lease.
Join over 1 million proud new owners during the Jeep Spring Sales event to get the most award-winning lineup in our history. Now, qualified lessees can lease a Grand Cherokee Laredo for $289 a month for 39 months with $19.99 due at signing.
We got the Laredo we wanted.
Life is good.
Schmitty, I know you're busy, but...
I'll have to take that into consideration and check with my supervisor. My friends and I joined in so we could talk a lot. Now we have unlimited text and picture messaging, too. So we're pretty much always in touch. Sorry.
Thomas?
Text and pics are now in. Add unlimited text and picture messaging to your in-calling for just $5 a month from our enhanced service area. And as the movie National Treasure comes to DVD, the National Treasure Text to Win sweepstakes is coming to your phone. Just text the code PLAY to the number 2255 and answer trivia questions, or mail a postcard for chances to win a 42-inch plasma TV.
Schmitty, we're searching for buried treasure.
Dude, $1.
Sweet, sweet. Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you. National Treasure DVD in stores May 3rd.
We're in the second heat of extra time. It's been a grueling match for both teams. Chad chases the ball. Ramos takes the throw. Oh, my!
The longer and harder you exercise, the more severe your hydration needs become, and that can cause you to fall apart.
Again.
That's why there's new Gatorade Endurance Formula. This unique 5-electrolyte formula puts back more of what your body loses during your most punishing activities. New Gatorade Endurance Formula.
Is this the help desk?
Yes, it is. We're researchers.
We're close to a breakthrough. How can we help?
It'll take us 900 years to crunch the numbers.
There's too much data. You need Gene.
Gene?
What can Gene do?
You can sequence the human genome, fold proteins, and wrangle quantum chemistry.
You can do all that?
Well, I'm not Gene. This is Gene.
Gene's a computer.
Fastest in the world.
Can he help us?
That's why he's here.
Help desk.
Next June, an unforgettable journey. The white men are like locusts. From executive producer Steven Spielberg and DreamWorks Television. Run! A 6-week television event. Now, both stories will be told. Into the West, starting June 10th, only on TNT. Sponsored by Dodge and the all-new 2006 Charger.
Nothing like the Memphis barbecue. What it's known for in this town, and it is delicious. I know you had some last night. I've had a taste as well, as Suns have a taste of a 19-point lead, 39-20. Coming up next, it's the Sonics and the Kings, Game 4 of their series, with the Kings looking to even at a 2 apiece. Tomorrow night on TNT, the Mavericks host the Rockets, Game 5 of their series. Road teams have won them all so far, followed by Game 4 between the Spurs and the Nuggets. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. Eastern. And Jerry West up in the rafters watching things, and who knows what he's thinking.
Well, he's thinking if they lose this Game 4, he's going to have some tough decisions to make over the offseason about what they're going to do to try and get this team to the next level.
Feeling is that they're going to have to make some roster changes anyway, and that some of the players here have won, even if they had won this year. Driving baseline, and the foul is Amari Stoudemire. The 39 points scored by the Suns matches their output in the first quarter of Game 1 of this series, when they took an 11-point lead over the Grizzlies in Phoenix.
That's the good news. Bad news, it's now 19 points.
All right, so the Grizzlies find themselves down 40-20, Pam.
They sure do, Dick. Mike Fratello in that last huddle told the Grizzlies we need to play harder. He says we've got plenty of time to get back in this. He wants to see the ball passed more crisply and quickly. He says we got to also get to the line. He said we're not going to get everything back at once, but we can get back in this. Dick?
All right, Pam, thank you very much. Coming into the game, the Grizzlies had 27 fewer free throw attempts than the Suns, and that's not good for a team that depends on defense in the inside game.
Well, that bodes all about what Amari Stoudemire is in this game.
Dante Jones with a jumper, yeah. That inside presence that we talked about at the outset, right?
Absolutely.
He's got a little bit of that. And Joe Johnson off balance. And Dante Jones gets the rebound. Battier had committed that last foul that sent Stoudemire to the line, and Jones is fouled by Johnson. Johnson with a few words for Mark Wunderlich.
Right now you see Stoudemire and Stephen Hunter in the game at the same time. The Suns are trying to work that combination for the times they face tougher opponents in the low post so they can keep Stoudemire on the floor.
Stephen Hunter coming off the bench with a huge 16-point effort in game one. He has hit 11 of 17 in this series, so he has been a big man who could shoot. Dante Jones with a drive that falls off.
The amazing thing is you have all these guys on the Suns that are just running wide open down the floor. You got to match up quicker.
Turnover. Leandro Barbosa in the game at point guard, and a turnover. Mike D'Antoni, who enjoys the fact that his team scored 110 points a game, 62-20, the best record. Plus, no one was better on the road than these Suns. They were 31-10 away from America West Arena. 7 on the shot clock. Barbosa on Posey, giving up a lot of inches. It goes back to Posey. He'll fire a three and hit at the shot clock buzzer.
That's what they need. They need a lift from the guys on the outside to open things up a little bit for them.
And a near steal by Posey. And they're going to call the loose ball foul against Jackson, apparently. So the crowd on its feet loving it.
This three-pointer right now is set up by Earl Watson's drawing kick, and Posey's sitting on the clock. Puts it right in the hole.
Meanwhile, the Grizzlies with the ball, trailing 41-25. We're down by as many as 21. Here's Earl Watson struggling from the field, shooting only 22% from the field.
I'm not sure that's the shot Coach Fratello is looking for.
Early in the clock and a long-range shot. This one going off the rim. Good block out of Stoudemire by Shane Battier. And here is Watson. Hard-nosed backup point guard. And tries to throw a no-look pass, and he should have looked. It was picked off by Amari, telegraphed it. Here is Barbosa passing out. Jackson for three. Long rebound, new clock.
Right now, you see the Suns have made some mistakes right now, and I can see Mike D'Antoni go back to his starters here in a minute.
So Jackson hits a three, and you can see wincing is Mike Fratello on the sideline. Jackson now has 8 points. His second three of the game. Eight on the clock. Fake by Battier, working his way in and getting the layup. Stoudemire not trying to block it or pick up a foul.
Yeah, the last thing he wants to do is pick up a foul. Anything else is okay.
He has not committed a foul in this game with under 9 minutes to go in the first half. Hunter playing out on the perimeter. No one inside right now. Stoudemire trying to get there. He's got Battier on him, feeding inside out. Barbosa, three-point attempt. Watson pushing it. Watson has it deflected by Stoudemire, and let's see if a foul is called on the play. And apparently it is. Amari Stoudemire, is it? And that will be the foul called against Jackson instead. So Stoudemire still is foul-less, and a timeout, 44-27.
Well, Jimmy Jackson's saying, I didn't hit it, the ball went off his leg right now.
Let's party.
I just thought I had a little something on the end.
It's showtime! Drumline, bringing the beat home this Friday night at 8 on TNT. So I take off. Halfway through my 360, I see some fool grabbing my shoe. I'm like, I'm about to do the 360 for game. Get off me. I'm at the 3-point line. I'm hanging in the air, getting it off my shoe. Get.
The Lutz family found the perfect home.
Who are you talking to?
The girl who lives in my closet.
Until they discovered the house came with a history they can't escape. The Amityville Horror, rated R, now playing.
Foot odor. There's a better way to fight it. Only Odor Eaters has Zorbatex technology to absorb 110% of its weight in sweat and destroy odor on contact. The strongest Odor Eaters foot powder ever.
Electronic four-wheel drive. Vehicle stability assist with traction control. And an available navigation system with off-road tracking. The 265 horsepower Acura MDX. Its heart's in the right place, even if you're not.
With spicy food, you need a light beer that can hold its own. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Taste for yourself. Miller. Good call.
You don't want to go overboard, but turmoil and the Memphis Grizzlies seem to go hand in hand. Jason Williams, only one of the players on this team wearing a wristband number 6 for Bonzi Wells, who was, by mutual agreement, not into the building tonight, not playing. Bonzi say, I appreciate the fans getting me into the game. He did not play in game 2, did in game 3. I probably would have still been on the bench. And he went on to say, but if I say anything, then I'm the bad guy. This is just frustrating. So once again, if you joined us late, Bonzi Wells, who missed the shoot around, not playing. The word from the Grizzlies is by mutual agreement, not coming to the game tonight. So Bonzi Wells not here. And you see an example of the players and their sentiments for Bonzi as Watson makes both free throws.
Very tough situation. You don't need this kind of distraction, particularly when you're down 3 low.
44-29. Posey knocks the ball out of bounds, and the Suns retain possession with 16 on the shot clock. Jim Jackson, who has scored 8 off the bench. Marion into the corner. And taken away by Watson and fouled by Joe Johnson. So, tell you what, there is fight in this Grizzly team, even though they're being outplayed by a superior ball club. And Joe Johnson committing his second.
Well, this group has done a much better job defensively, but they've made some mistakes coming down the other end with a couple of bad shots and a couple of turnovers. You got to settle the offensive part down and continue to play the good defense.
And as usually happens, as Watson lays it in, that's what happens with Steve Nash on the bench. Suns are 1 for 5 shooting. They've turned it over twice. And the margin is down to 13 after a 21-point lead. Marion driving baseline is fouled. So there is no question that the Suns are a night and day team without Nash. And he's going to be hurried back into this game right now, which of course is fuel in discussions of MVP, which hasn't come out yet.
Well, again, you know, this season, I think he's been pretty remarkable in what he's been able to do for this club, both on the floor as far as delivering the ball and making plays, keeping everybody happy, but also the leadership that he's brought this team off the floor. When he first came in here, he brought his guys together. He got them to all buy into a team game and how well that they could do together and how far they could go in the playoffs.
And it has succeeded. This team improving by 33 games from a year ago. And Nash, the principal reason why. Watson posting up against Nash. Goes outside, gets the feed from Posey, and going high is Hunter for the rebound.
I just don't understand why Earl Watson is shooting three-pointers. He made some really nice defensive plays. He's made some good plays. But step in. There's no law that says you have to shoot three-pointers.
Jackson turnaround on the baseline, and the Grizzlies right now are playing the Suns game. They're trying a lot of three-pointers, too many, and shooting early in the clock. Cardinal setting a screen for Watson. Marion now picking him up. Nash on Cardinal. Cardinal trying to get the mismatch, but Quentin Richardson picks him up. And the three-point basket by Posey. So James Posey hits the three. And it is now 47-34, back to 13.
Posey's hit two from the exact same spot, so it'd be a pretty good place for him to continue to go to.
And I like the way the Suns rotated to make sure that Nash wasn't going to get burned.
Yeah, he did very good, smart switch-offs by them. They understand that concept.
Nash, air ball on the fall away, and a fast break opportunity, 3-on-1. Dante Jones going up. And an offensive foul. Charging called against Dante Jones as Quentin Richardson had possession.
But he may have been in the box on that play. I think we may need a replay on that. And comes down the floor. Watson makes a great defensive play, advances the ball. And here you got Q. It looks like he's got his foot on that line, which would mean it should have been a block.
Amari Stoudemire checking back in. Stoudemire with 4 points and 4 rebounds. A quiet game for him as Hunter goes to the bench. And Nash has averaged 13 assists. Fouled by Watson. 13 assists in this series. And led the NBA in assists with a higher average than anyone since John Stockton 10 years ago. As Steve Nash this year averaged 11.5. Marion into the corner. Jackson. And the pushing foul called by Ron Garretson.
See, right now, that's a good call. I mean, right now what's happening for the Grizzlies, they're doing a good job of stopping the main play, but as the ball's being swung around, their closeouts are not under control, and they're letting the Suns beat them to the basket where they get these opportunities.
And there is the easy alley-oop, or so it appeared, as Marion from Jackson gets 2 more, and it's a 15-point lead.
And a great pass right on the money from Jimmy Jackson.
So right now, Brian Cardinal, Miles Smith, James Posey, who committed that last foul, Dante Jones, Earl Watson in the game, and the field goal is good, and the foul. So Miles Swift, who's had a very quiet series thus far, with a chance for the three-point play.
Well, and also, again, to go right at Stoudemire in the low post. Good spin move, creates the contact, and then with a nice finish.
First foul against Amari Stoudemire. Memphis Grizzlies losing their first 7 playoff games. 4 last year, 3 this year, and that's an NBA record. And Mike Fratello seeing his team now climbing to within 12 with 6 minutes remaining in the second. And Posey with his second foul reaching in, and that's a penalty situation for Memphis. Will send Jim Jackson to the line.
See, that's too bad, because right there you're seeing all they needed was one stop defensively, come down, get the ball to 10 or even 9 on a possession, and that would have changed things around. See Posey on the reach in, the referee sitting there right on the play. And Jim Jackson, a very good free throw shooter, going to the line.
And Jackson misses the first. Right now, let's see what's on TNT.
Executive producer Steven Spielberg and DreamWorks Television present a 6-week television event, Into the West, starting June 10th, only on TNT.
1 out of 2 for Jackson, who is a 90% free throw shooter. 13-point lead for the Phoenix Suns, who have led by as many as 21. And the kick ball inside. And he'll take it out of bounds with 14 seconds on the shot clock. So the Memphis Grizzlies shooting 50%, yet trailing by 13. A reminder of game number 3 when they were 63% from the field after the first quarter. Looked up at the scoreboard, we're leading by only 1. That's why Mike Fratello may have a little bit of a headache.
Well, also the big disadvantage at the threes. 7 made by the Phoenix Suns in the first half alone.
Listen up, Sprite Remix. Refresh, rethink, remix. It's new Sprite remix, Aruba Jam.
Unleash Blade Trinity on DVD.
We can't win this war alone.
The final chapter ends here. The unrated cut on a 2-disc Platinum Series DVD.
Get ready to roll with this.
Complete the trilogy on DVD today.
11 p.m. It's Albert and Ben. 2:10. What's up with your friend? It's 3:42. That girl rocks. She's got more skills than you. Now it's 5:38. Thoughts of McGriddles make my stomach quake. For bacon, eggs, and cheese on sweet griddle cakes. Only takes one hand to put them all in my face. McDonald's, I'm loving it. McGriddles, breakfast for you, bedtime snack for me.
That's a sweet system.
Yeah, I got one at home.
Me too. It's great for gaming.
Oh, you play Battle League online?
You don't want none of this.
My screen name's Killtacular. Pray you don't see me.
Take delivery of a Gateway PC with an Intel Pentium 4 processor with HT technology. Perfect for gaming and other high-powered stuff. Just $599.99 and found only in a Gateway box.
The 2005 NBA Playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by IBM, making on-demand business a reality for companies around the world. And by Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
And back to Memphis. Yes, Elvis lookalikes are a common appearance in this town. As we take a look, if you've just joined us, at the summary of this game thus far, with the Suns leading the Grizzlies 50-37, both teams shooting over 50%. And the fast break working to the Suns' plan. They've gone to the line a lot more. And there's Dante Jones. 3-point field goal for Dante Jones. And now it's a 10-point game, so the Grizzlies have cut 11 off of the biggest lead. And a foul is called against Stromile Swift, his second. Lorenzen Wright will check into the game.
Well, he took the foul because Cardinal got hurt at the other end.
So here is Nash, one of the better free throw shooters in the NBA, 6th in the league.
It's unfortunate for them to have to give that basket, that foul up, because it's Nash going to the free throw line just when you've got it, you got it back down to 10.
2 free throws by Nash. Both teams in the penalty with 5.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. This is Dick Stockton along with Mike Dunleavy, coach of the LA Clippers, with what a terrific season they had. And Pam Oliver with us as well. Posey way off the mark on his 3-point attempt.
Got to go back to that other side.
And there is Stoudemire off balance, and the blocking foul will be called against Posey. 3 on James Posey.
Right now, Nash advances the ball. He comes down. Looks like he may be, I think he was moving on the end of the play. It's a good call by the referee.
So Amari Stoudemire on the line. Stoudemire has scored only 4 points in this game, and he had a low-scoring affair in game number 1. Jason Williams back in, replacing Earl Watson. In the last game, Stoudemire scored 30 points after a 34-point effort in game number 2, and the first Sun to score 30 or more in consecutive playoff games since Kevin Johnson. And a bumping foul on Stoudemire, and that'll be 2 on Amari.
And again, Stoudemire tries to get out and play the passing lane, and on the pass by Jason Williams, he gets out there and fouls James Posey. So good call, another good call. And now he's a little bit in danger zone. 2 fouls in the second quarter. If they can find a way to pick up that third one, maybe the second half, they can get Stoudemire on the bench for a while with foul trouble.
Posey, 87% free throw shooter in the regular year. Hitting the first free throw, and it's 54-41, trying to make it a 12-point game. And you have to say the Memphis Grizzlies have shown terrific fight in this game. Bonzi Wells, who was asked not to come on a mutual agreement to the game tonight after missing the shoot-around, and players wearing armbands for Bonzi. Mike Fratello's the boss, however, and he has his team scrapping and clawing, trying to get back against this strong Phoenix team. Suns led by 21 at one point. Stoudemire not sure what to do with the ball and travels.
So Posey's done a great job for them since he's come in the game. He's given them some much-needed scoring, and his defense has been very good. Right here again, nice pass on the pick and roll. Good help on by Posey to force Stoudemire into the travel. Again, he's an excellent individual defender and team defender.
And Posey out of the game. And Lorenzen Wright is in there with Stromile Swift, Mike Miller, Dante Jones, and Jason Williams, who hits 2. And it's a 10-point game again. So the Grizzlies have come back, have not been able to get it to single digits. We have a little more than 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. As the Grizzlies try to stay alive, Suns trying to make the sweep. Stoudemire off the rim, out of bounds, last touch by Amari. And the Grizzlies can cut it to under 10 on this possession.
Well, right now, Mike Miller's got to find a way to get himself into this game offensively. Posey gave him a nice lift. Posey sits down. Miller comes in. He's got to get some opportunities here.
And the crowd on its feet waving the white towels. These fans are terrific. The first year here at the FedEx Forum. Williams going up, was looking to get a foul. Finds himself with the ball. Dante Jones firing up a 3 and hitting. And it's down to 7, 54-47. And this crowd is into it. Down 3-0. They won 1 win.
That was a big play down the other end. Jason Williams takes an ill-advised shot but gets the ball back and turns it into a 3-point bucket.
And the double team inside. Nash coming back with a 3. So Steve Nash now with his 3rd three-pointer of the game.
That was poor defense by the Grizzlies. Mike Miller goes down on a double team. There should have been somebody rotating to Steve Nash in that play.
Lorenzen Wright looking for Stromile Swift, who is being guarded by Stoudemire in the low post. And Dante Jones with a cut. Double team. Blocked by Stoudemire. Dante Jones was in big traffic. And here comes Steve Nash speeding. Stoudemire lays it in.
Nash did a great job there on that penetration. On the pass, he grabbed the defender so he couldn't step in and take the charge.
So the block shot, like a turnover, or a long rebound, results in a transition basket for the Suns, as it did there. Jason Williams fall away, and there's the outlet to Stoudemire. Miller is back. Amari Stoudemire, but Marion puts it through on the follow. And all of a sudden, it's up to 14 for the Suns. 7-0 run in just 50 seconds for Phoenix.
Comes down to shot selection for the Grizzlies. They're not recognizing opportunities. When they run pick and roll, they switch Nash onto one of their bigs. Instead of shooting a jump shot, they got to try and get the ball to him against a mismatch in the low post.
Shot selection is something we saw in all the playoff games today where they all came into question, and it does here again. Grizzlies clawing, trying to stay alive, trailing by 14 with 2:40 remaining in the second.
These low fares to your favorite vacation destination start at just $49. Book yours at southwest.com.
The 270 horsepower Acura TL with DVD audio surround sound and available navigation is part of commutes everywhere. Possibly the best part. The Acura TL, a higher form of performance.
Now you can bid on Carmelo Anthony gear and over 10,000 other items. Just drink milk, collect barcodes, and bid to win at winwithmilk.com.
Be smart.
Be
independent.
Be powerful.
Be frugal.
Be strong.
Be opportunistic.
Be unafraid. Be patient. Be unemotional.
Be ruthless.
Be shrewd.
Be confident.
Be first.
Be ready.
Focus. Be sure.
In other words, be extraordinary. With a totally customizable platform and new low pricing for stock and options trading, Power E-Trade Pro is dramatically upgraded. At E-Trade Financial, we keep challenging the ordinary to help investors be extraordinary.
You know, no one enjoys the drama and the excitement of the NBA playoffs more than I do. But sometimes I miss the dead bodies.
See Law & Order weeknights on TNT.
I really love that show.
And there you see Steve Nash applying ice to his throat or jaw.
I think he got hit in the throat on this play right here. He comes down and makes a nice dish right here, and then goes into Swift. Does a good job of holding Swift off, but he gets took a pop in the throat.
But Nash is checking back into the game, so he's all right. Joined by Marion, Stoudemire, Jackson, and Quentin Richardson. Williams will inbound with Stromiles, Swift, Dante Jones, who has scored 10 points, 11 points off the bench since coming in. Miller and Wright. 10 on the shot clock. Coming off the screen is Mike Miller. Mike Miller has shot very well in this series. In fact, he's 7 of 14 for three-point range. 19 led the Grizzlies in game 1.
They got to find a way to get Miller more shots. That was a good executed play out of a timeout.
And there's Williams trying to front Johnson, and a defensive 3-second violation is the call against the Grizzlies. Mike Fratello not holding anything back, because right now the Memphis Grizzlies have only 2 full timeouts left in the game, plus the 20 they will get in the second quarter. So he's not hanging in and waiting at all on those.
Well, once you get down by 20, you've got to do whatever it is to try and get the game back close. And they had a couple situations where they had some 4-shot selections. He probably wanted to rein his team in a little bit.
There you see the numbers that got the Grizzlies back after trailing by 21. And the air ball by Stoudemire. So the Grizzlies down 61-49, had sliced it to 7 points. 2 minutes to remain in the first half before Nash hit a 3. So the Grizzlies definitely in this game, trailing 61-49. And just trying to take one game, and I think it would be a big feather in their cap if they did, the way the Phoenix Express has gone and the problems for the Grizzlies. Miller holding onto it, and here's a 3-on-1 break, and Stoudemire fouled, and Lorenzen Wright was defending inside, committing his third.
Well, these guys just make you pay the price. Any mistake you make, boy, they're out in numbers. They do a terrific job.
And right now, let's send it to Ernie Johnson in our studios in Atlanta. Ernie.
All right, thank you, Dick. Coming up at halftime, Kenny and Charles will be here to break down the first half of this game, which it could be a sweep, obviously, for Phoenix, and we'll have highlights of the other sweep of the day as Miami is into the next round after dispatching New Jersey. And you'll hear from Jason Kidd and everybody's favorite Damon Jones. Back to you.
All right, Ernie, thank you very much. And there is Lorenzen Wright going to the bench.
Good foul. Good foul by Lorenzen Wright. Takes the foul on Stoudemire. He misses 2.
Right.
Take an easy basket.
Happens all the time. Pau Gasol with 6 points and no rebounds, replacing him, posting up. Marion defending him, and goaltending the call against Marion, and Pau Gasol gets credit for the basket.
Well, right now you got again back down to 10. You showed an inside presence with Gasol. They need to, for the next minute 22. They got to come back to it.
(61-51), and here is Johnson going up, looping shot, and he's got it.
Stromiles Swift's a little bit late coming on that penetration. He's got to step up sooner to make Joe Johnson have to shoot a more contested shot.
Under a minute remaining, 15 on the shot clock. Miller looking for Pau Gasol, now setting a screen, and Johnson with the bumping foul, complaining to Ken Mauer once again. So third foul against Joe Johnson, who off to a great start with 16 points to lead the Suns.
Again, the key is right now, if the second half, if the Grizzlies can come out and get Joe Johnson a couple of fouls and Stoudemire a couple of fouls, force the Suns to go deeper into their bench, they can climb back into this game.
No question that the Grizzlies are fighting in this one. No question at all. And after being down by 21 points, you can almost feel the air let out as early as the first quarter. But Mike Fratello's team has bounced back. Jim Jackson is back in the game, and also checking back in will be Stephen Hunter.
Again, all these substitutions to get the guys out off the floor who could potentially pick up an extra foul.
Now, Amari Stoudemire remains on the floor. Stoudemire has 2 fouls, and he's in there. Nash, Stoudemire setting the screen. Marion open for 3. Rebound by Miller.
They get a 2-for-1 opportunity here.
Dante Jones fouled, going to the baseline with a half a minute to go, and once again can knock it down to single digits.
So a great job by Dante Jones not to settle for a 3-pointer in the corner. He got the ball out there and he attacks the rim. You see right here, Jason Williams finds a wide open Dante Jones. Nash rotates out, he attacks it, and gets a foul on Quentin Richardson. Goes to the free throw line for 2.
That's Richardson's second foul. Jones can make it a 9-point game. Leading scorer right now for the Grizzlies is Dante Jones with 11 points off the bench. Joe Johnson with 18, Nash 13, and Jackson off the bench with 11 leads the Suns. Differential of about 7 seconds between shot clock and game clock. 9-point lead for the Suns. Fall away by Nash. And now they can play for the last shot, the Grizzlies.
Well, it'd be great for them if they can take this down and get a score, get it to 7 points.
Or 6 if they hit the 3. Crowd on its feet looking for something exciting. They haven't had much to cheer about. Here's Williams hitting the 2. 2-point basket by Jason Williams. And Nash's shot misses. And the crowd has something to build on, as do the Grizzlies, who will trail 63 to 56 at the half after coming from way behind.
Well, great close to the quarter. Jason Williams just shaking and baking and pulls up for the 20-footer over Nash. Cuts it to 7.
So how about Memphis with 36 second quarter points after the Suns posted 39 in the first? And this crowd is excited. And right now, Pam Oliver is with the Suns point guard, Steve Nash.
Yes, number 13 with 13 points in the first half. Steve, what do you like about the way the team performed?
Well, we started off great. I think second quarter we really got complacent and we didn't play as hard. They played harder than us.
The Grizzlies obviously showing you that they are trying to stay alive. What's it going to take to get rid of this team in the second half?
We just have to compete with them. We didn't really compete in the second quarter like we need to, and that's why they got back in the game.
They had a team with some drama, Bonzi Wells issue. Did you sense any of that when you guys took the court against this opponent?
Well, I thought it was to our advantage to start the game, but then a little adversity kind of got them going, and we stopped playing and competing, so we really got to pick it up.
All right, Steve, appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Let's go back to Dick. Let's go back to Ernie in Atlanta. I'm going to get that right before this is all over.
Hey, we're always here. No sweat, Pam. It's a 63-56 game at the break. Memphis down by 21 at one point, now down by 7 at the break. Verizon Wireless halftime reporter Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley. You're amused about something.
You don't want to know.
Is it one of those? Okay, good. Then.
It's a gift from the crew.
Oh, I can only imagine.
All right, then let's stick to the hoops then.
We got the best crew in the world.
Yeah, it was looking like fishing at halftime here. It was 21 points, and Phoenix was running away. So you hear Steve Nash saying, "You know what? We got complacent. We quit playing as hard, and those guys didn't." But you've been talking about shot recognition, what's good, what's bad, and Kenny's pictures.
Well,
go ahead.
You would think that Phoenix, who takes as many shots in volume, that they would take a lot of bad shots and wouldn't recognize good shots. You'd think the guy would have the ball and someone pass around and they'd be desperate to get it and then go around and shoot. But they say, you know what? No. We're going to take our time, and we're going to get the shot we want. And that's one of the good things about them. On the break, this is a fast break opportunity. A lot of guys going 3-on-2, go to the basket. But this is a wide-open shot. This is comfortable. You knock that down, you're supposed to knock it down. And that's why Joe Johnson had 16 points in the first half here. Marion passes over to Marion, passes to Jim Jackson. Jackson knocks down the shot. wide open. Here, I'm open for a three here. Nope. Guy comes out. That's not recognizing a good shot. That's recognizing a good shot. I'm not open. I'm going to drive by you. I'm going to draw a foul. And then I get double teamed in the post. I'm not shooting over two people. I'm going to find an open shooter. Wide open threes from in and out. That's great shot recognition by Phoenix. That's why you can take that many volume of shots, because guys take good shots.
Joe Johnson has 18. Steve Nash has 13. Dante Jones 12 for the Grizzlies, playing without Bonzi Wells, who did not go to shoot around and by mutual agreement with Mike Fratello is not in the arena tonight. Aside from that, everything is just great with the Grizz.
You know, I was actually watching Desperate Housewives and wasn't really paying attention because this game is over. You know, they can make their run, but Phoenix, no sweat. They got complacent when they had the 20-point lead. They don't fear the Grizzlies. They can get any shot they want. They can get a wide open shot. They can get a drive to the basket. But this is over. Get your fishing gear ready.
Well, you know what? I watched a little bit of Desperate Housewives, but I did watch the game. I paid attention to the game. But
yes.
I glanced at it. He's watching it, so I had to glance at it. But I think the one thing that you notice is that
I'm just wasting time until Kojak comes on. Kojak's my new favorite song.
Like he's ridiculous. But one of the things you notice is that we knew that something was going on with Mike Fratello, Bonzi Wells, and possibly even Stromile Swift. Because the two guys, if you look at their roster, you say these guys could probably flourish in an up-and-down game. Mike D'Antoni, the Phoenix coach, even said that was a guy I was worried about, Bonzi Wells, and he's not playing because he knows he might like to have a Bonzi Wells type on his team because he's got four of them with Quentin Richardson, Joe Johnson, Shawn Marion, fits right into that bill. So there had to be something more than basketball. You watch Bonzi 7 years, you know he could play in this game. And so when I said it 2-3 nights ago and Mike got a little upset at me, he was really more upset at Bonzi, not at me.
Yeah, but Fratello has a problem because anytime you have a coach-player disagreement, players normally stay out of it. But when all the Memphis players are wearing Bonzi Wells wristband,
some of them are, at least.
Hey, listen, if any of them are, they're letting you know they don't like you. That's what that means.
63-56. The Suns with the lead over the Grizzlies, trying to complete a sweep. Still to come tonight, we're going even deeper into the West for our Game 2 of our doubleheader. Ray Allen and the Sonics up 2-1.
He be killing them softly.
Kings trying to tie it up.
The Halftime Report is brought to you by Verizon Wireless, the official wireless provider of the NBA.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Back here on the Verizon Wireless Halftime Report, the Miami Heat now waiting for the winner of the Chicago-Washington series because they completed a sweep of the New Jersey Nets today. Dwayne Wade had himself a good one, 34 points, 9 rebounds, averaged 26, 9, and 6, and shot 50% for the series. Shaquille O'Neal scoreless in the first half, but would finish with 17 and 8. Nets trying to stay close as Jason Kidd knocked down a 3, but too much. D. Wade follow the bouncing ball and follow the Heat into the conference semifinals by a count of 4-0 over New Jersey. 110-97 the final, so New Jersey falls in 4 after the game. Jason Kidd talking about the future.
You know, my job is to try, to win that trophy. That we've come close, 2 times, and unfortunately the last 2 years we haven't come close. So I want to get back to that, to playing for that trophy.
They didn't tell me till the end of the third quarter. It was the beginning of the fourth, I think, when he said, come on, we got to pick it up and fight these guys off, because if we win, we have 2 days without any work. And being in Miami 2 days without work is like heaven. Awesome.
Damon Jones putting a cap on
Ladies and gentlemen, Damon Jones again.
It's between them and Phoenix who has played the best so far in the playoffs so far. They've both been fantastic.
Got to give him a ball.
TNT, the exclusive home of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Want to be the athlete's foot?
Let's try a little one-on-one. Lamisil AT versus Lotrimin AF. Use this, you have to use it for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. With Lamisil AT, 1 week and you're done. That's 4 times faster. Lamisil AT, advanced treatment.
Come on, you can do it. Just 30 seconds of Listerine. Think of all the germs you're killing. Listerine even kills the germs that can cause plaque and gingivitis. See? You can handle it. Germs can't. Listerine. Worth the time, every time. And now try Advanced Listerine. All the germ-killing power of Listerine, plus longer-lasting breath protection and tartar control for cleaner, brighter teeth. Try Advanced Listerine.
There's something evil in my house.
The windows are the eyes to its soul. The Amityville Horror, rated R, now playing.
I got 5 stops to make.
Oh no! I can't drive you around while you're around killing people.
What are you gonna do about it?
From director Michael Mann.
He's coming to kill you.
Tom Cruise.
What's growing? What's my work?
Jamie Foxx.
I'm not up for this. Slow down. Shoot me.
Collateral.
I heard DirecTV has this thing called the DirecTV Movers Connection. They move and install your DirecTV service in your new home when you move. And it's free.
Free. Let's move then.
I'm glad we did this.
Movers Connection, only from DirecTV. Another example of how DirecTV is rethinking the way television should be.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use or dissemination of this telecast or the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Just one more note here on the Verizon Wireless halftime report. Vladimir Radmanovich.
Oh, he took him out.
Yep. You know why?
He should have, because he would look like a fool.
He said it was itching so bad he was about to scratch his hair out.
So that's what they have showers.
Either that or he just looked like a damn fool. Either one works for me.
No, I'm going to go with the itch theory.
Oh, so you said he's attractive?
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, honey, it's a camera phone. It's 2 camera phones.
Oh, it's a Mother's Day miracle. Oh, hey, I'll take this one.
This year, Mother's Day isn't just for moms. Get Mom an LG VX 6100 camera phone from Verizon Wireless for $49.99 and pick up one for yourself free. Plus, you can add unlimited text and picture messaging to your in-calling for just $5 a month from our enhanced service area. But hurry, this deal ends May 8th.
I sent you a picture of the syrup.
Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Come back. You still have a few more minutes.
With my McGriddles and delicious coffee waiting for me, I can dream on.
If you do your best thinking in the shower, imagine how smart you'll get under the new shower heads at Holiday Inn Express.
Proving that my client is innocent.
Case dismissed.
5.
Next. I'd like to patent the dog talker.
Nice hair.
Holy crap. Deficit's gone, Mr. President. Terrific. Which accounting firm are you with? Oh, I'm not an accountant. But I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Stay smart. Stay at a Holiday Inn Express.
The fan sitting here switched his car insurance from Geico to Allstate and saved $318 a year. This one switched from Progressive and saved $476. This one switched from State Farm and saved $214. Just 3 of the 1 million drivers who switched to Allstate. Out to save America some money. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
Chrysler Town & Country with the exclusive stow-and-go seating and storage system. There when you need it, not there when you don't. The amazingly versatile Chrysler Town & Country starting at $21,540. Chrysler, inspiration comes standard.
The Halftime Report has been brought to you by Verizon Wireless, the official wireless provider of the NBA.
Starte etwas.
Start something.
Démarrer une expérience intelligente.
Start mixing and mashing.
Start anything you like.
Begin met iets fotografisch.
Di fantastico.
Start
Something beautiful.
Start anything you like.
With a world of software and devices that run on Windows, the choice is yours.
A cool head.
And a new copier. $2,500.
Dinosaur.
Dedication.
And a coffee maker. $69.
A sense of humor.
And a mop. $17. Having what it takes to run a business? Priceless. To see what the MasterCard Business Card can do for your business, visit our website.
Can inspiration make the simple act of driving around extraordinary? Yes. Can substance and style blend seamlessly together? Clearly. And can the car of your dreams be an affordable reality? Absolutely. The 150-mile-per-hour performance-tested Chrysler Crossfire, starting at just $29,970. Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard.
Hello, all you finals fans. Tonight we're talking popularity. Let's go to the truth in Boston.
I'm working so hard this year, but in this town, I can't get her to notice me.
You got a lot to live up to.
Exactly. I have a legacy constantly hanging over my head. I just wanted to know that I'm here.
Yo, what we saying?
See what I mean?
Well, Truth, with victory comes popularity. And in your town, everybody loves a winner.
What are you doing? TNT,
the exclusive home of the Eastern Conference Finals.
And welcome back to FedEx Forum here in Memphis, Tennessee. Big music weekend. And Memphis Grizzlies trying to survive and extend this best-of-7 series, trailing 3-0 to the top-ranked team in the NBA, the Phoenix Suns. Dick Stockton along with Mike Dunleavy, and a great rally in the second quarter for the Memphis Grizzlies. Of their 36 points, 24 of them coming from their bench.
Well, their bench came up big, 27-11 versus the Phoenix Suns bench in the first half, and a big part of that is Dante Jones coming in as the leading scorer in the half. And, came in and gave him a lot of energy, knocked down a couple of three-point shots, took the ball to the rim, got himself to the free throw line, he got on the board. And you wonder how much of that has to do with the fact that he knows there's no Bonzi Wells on the bench to come in behind him to give him another play free and loose.
Chrysler first half stats, and as you take a look at the numbers, both teams shooting over 50%. You look at the bottom line, and that is the free throw differential. 24 attempts for the Suns, only 9 for the Grizzlies. Hard for Memphis to win a game when it's going to be that big of a disparity.
Well, it's because, Phoenix is getting out in the open court and attacking the rim. And they're also doing a pretty good job of double teaming the low post to not let the Grizzlies get opportunities down there. But they have to fight that. They've got to kick the ball out of the low post. They got to repost so they have a chance to get to the free throw line.
All right, right now let's check in with Pam Oliver.
All right, Dick, Steve Nash said that the Suns got complacent. Nevertheless, the Grizzlies mighty encouraged that they were able to rally to get back in this. Mike Fratello said the speed and quickness to start the game was simply too much for us. We made some changes so we could be more athletic, and hopefully that will continue in the second half. He also said that hurried shots, something that Mike Dunleavy has been pointing out, has been their downfall so far, and he also encouraged the guys not to do so much of that. But he also praised his bench for what they've been able to do to keep the Grizzlies in this ball game.
And Amari Stoudemire fouled on the first possession, and I have to tell you this, that with all of the Bonzi Wells furor going on, and not here tonight by mutual agreement after missing the shoot-around, and all of those support for Bonzi Wells, Mike Fratello is getting a performance from his team. They did not wilt after the early rush in the fast break department, and he hasn't playing hard. That's all you can ask for a coach, is for this team to play hard, and that's what they're doing for Mike Fratello.
He's got a tremendous effort there in the second quarter. And then here it is to start this third quarter. Phoenix goes right to one of their pet plays. Amari Stoudemire catch on the left elbow, and then trying to attack one-on-one off the dribble. Gets to the free throw line, makes 1 out of 2.
And to make it worse, Lorenzen Wright picking up his 4th personal foul. So right inside, along with Pau Gasol and Shane Battier, Mike Miller with the ball at guard, and of course Jason Williams, who fires up a 3 and hits. Jason Williams makes it a 5-point game, his 2nd from beyond the arc.
Well, it's good set play. Mike Miller did a nice job of finding Williams on the flare.
Well for Jason Williams, ties him with Dante Jones for the scoring lead, and the Suns turn it over. Phoenix turned the ball over only 5 times in the last game, and this is their 8th turnover already.
It's the 2nd time on the night that there's a miscommunication between Nash and Stoudemire. Nash is expecting Stoudemire to go to the rim where he's best suited.
Not too pleased is coach Mike D'Antoni, who served 1 year as an assistant for my partner Mike Dunleavy when he was at Portland. Here is Williams hitting a 3, feeling it, and right now the Grizzlies trail by 2, the closest they've been since 12-11 in the first quarter.
Also going to the small lineup right now, the Grizzlies, to be able to defend a little bit better off the dribble versus Stoudemire.
Richardson loses it out of bounds, so already Williams has come up big with 2 threes, 2 turnovers by the Suns, and a chance for Memphis to tie the game or lead.
Right now you see Miller setting up Jason Williams for the corner 3, and then Williams comes right back on another set play run for him and bangs down 2 in a row.
Memphis did lead by 3 early in the game. Battier behind a Posey, and right now they're using the clock. It's getting down to 7, however, and there is Pau Gasol with a bank shot, ties the game at 64.
What body control by Gasol, showing Stoudemire-like tendencies.
Well, you heard Steve Nash tell Pam Oliver, he says, we got complacent. He said it again. And Nash maybe single-handedly has to come back and bring his team back. He has 15 points to break the tie.
Well, you're never going to see Nash panic. You know, he's going to be the guy that's always under control.
Miller at the top. The Memphis Grizzlies down 3-0 in the best of 7 to the top seed Phoenix Suns. Miami, the East best team, swept the Nets today. And Williams, feeling the hot hand, misses this one, and a blocking foul called against Posey. And that will be 4 on James Posey. So Posey and Lorenzen Wright both now with 4 fouls.
It's too bad. The referee's going to say that Posey didn't give him a step on the turn. Right here on the outlet pass to Nash. I don't know. It looks like he took a step. He had pretty good position on that play. And his feet were set.
And a technical foul has been called on Posey.
I think that's a very tough call. It's one I'd be upset with, I know, if I was Mike Fratello.
Did you get a T, though?
Well, Posey got it for breakdancing on the floor.
and you wouldn't get it for breakdancing, would
you? No way.
Nash makes the technical.
So here he goes. Oh, look, watch this. Come on, nice spin. Now, come on, go in your head. All the way around.
I don't know where they let him perform with that act, but...
Yeah, he wasn't that good. I see a lot of guys in New York much better.
Suns with a 3-point lead, and blocked by Battier, recovered by Nash. Nash feeding Marion with the layup. So Sean Marion, who's been kind of quiet tonight, has 9 points. Suns up by 5, and you know, you can get back and tie the game, take a little lead, and you blink an eye, and all of a sudden they get a bunch of points in a hurry.
You have a loose ball, you think you got an opening, Nash turns chopped liver into Swiss cheese.
And the foul is called against Amari Stoudemire. 3.
Just goes right through the lane and sets up Marion for that nice dunk. Everybody was looking at Nash with the ball. They thought they had a possible turnover.
Meanwhile, Amari picks up his 3rd personal foul.
You got to go right back into the post against Gasol against Stoudemire. Right, give it to him right now from the top.
Battier gives it to Pau Gasol, and they isolate him, and there's Gasol going high.
Goaltending.
They look for the block goaltending. You're right.
How did they miss that? It's unbelievable. You can't miss that. Your 3 officials on the floor. The ball is on its downward flight, and the ball gets blocked. It's absolutely goaltending. Ball's coming down. And he gets touched right there.
Inbound to Miller. Nash has it, looking quickly up court. Nearly 3 minutes gone by here in this third quarter. The Memphis Grizzlies, who were down by as many as 21, came back to tie. Now trail the Suns by 5.
Good closeout there by Dante Jones on Quentin Richardson on a great pass.
Stoudemire travels. Amari Stoudemire got hit but traveled before he went up.
It's good help defense coming over by Pau Gasol to make him hear those footsteps, to make him travel.
Well, that is 11 turnovers committed by the Suns, more than double the number in game number 3 here. Gasol was open. Instead, he goes baseline, and Dante Jones with another opportunity, double team. Trying to get Stoudemire to foul.
What a missed opportunity right here.
And the alley-oop, and Dante Jones intercepted the alley-oop attempt to Marion, and Gasol is fouled by Quentin Richardson. Dante Jones really anticipated that lob pass beautifully at the other end.
But a great effort put out by these Grizzlies, both ends. I mean, to not be able to finish down one end, and then Shane Battier and Dante Jones comes back. I think Battier is the one. Right here, nice pass by Jason Williams, leads him in, and Richardson has no choice but to foul.
And very nearly, the basket would have gone through as well.
Did a good job trying to get it up to the rim, gave himself a chance.
So Pau Gasol leading the team in the major categories. Hits the first free throw for Quentin Richardson, his 3rd personal foul. And the Grizzlies trying to take advantage of 4 Suns turnovers already in this third quarter.
So right now you have a number of the starters right now with 3 or more fouls for the Suns. So you have a chance here if you stay aggressive to get them in foul trouble.
We talked about the bench in the pregame show about not being the bigger factor because the starters play so much for the Suns and you're really going against their starters. But the bench is producing for the Grizzlies tonight.
Good job so far of stopping penetration.
And the runner and the blocking foul called. Joe Johnson driving to the basket. The blocking foul called on Dante Jones. 3 on Jones.
Right now, I mean, you have a lot of calls right here. That was a good call by, I think it was Mark Wunderlich underneath the basket because Dante was still sliding underneath the defender once he left the ground.
Dante Jones with 12 points coming off the bench on 4 for 8 shooting, 3 rebounds. And now picking up his 3rd foul. And we talked about the starters playing so much. All 5 starters have played more than 20 minutes. And we completed only 4 minutes of the third quarter.
Well, again, they're used to playing that, though. I mean, Mike D'Antoni thinks his guys can play 40, 48 minutes, whatever's needed.
And that's why it's hard to judge the Grizzlies bench against the Suns bench.
Absolutely.
Using basically 7 players. 5-point lead for the Suns. Under 8 minutes to go in the third. Mike Miller for 2. So Miller with the turnaround. Miller now with 10 points. And it's a 3-point lead. Steve Nash. Marion. And Stoudemire was not ready for that pass, but he recovered.
What a great reaction. He had no clue that pass was coming. It was a total surprise to him, yet he had the presence of mind to finish.
5-point lead. Stoudemire with 11 points. Dick Stockton along with Mike Dunleavy, Pam Oliver. Game 4 of the #1 seeded Suns versus 8 Memphis Grizzlies matchup. Battier short with a turnaround.
Good idea, though, to get the ball down to the low post against Quentin Richardson.
Richardson driving into the paint. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Joe Johnson with a runner hitting. Johnson was the chief scorer early, and he now has 22 with 7 of 10 from the field.
Johnson has just great versatility. He can shoot the 3, he can post you up, he can shoot the little runners. He's a guy that, when it comes down to it, he has the ability to make any shot for a win.
Here's Jason Williams, who hit 2 threes early in the third quarter, has missed a couple. And Johnson on the fast break. Battier knocks it away from behind.
Again, Shane Battier showing great hustle. Come from behind and tip the ball.
Miller.
Gasol in the low post against nobody.
And scores. Pau Gasol with the basket now with 14 points. 6 here in the third quarter. And you got to really sometimes match them basket for basket because you know Phoenix is going to get a lot of baskets.
There's no way you're going to win this game without putting points on the board, no matter how good your defense is.
Bounce pass into Stoudemire. Stuffs it through, and all Gaudier can do is admire.
Stoudemire does such a good job of using his head to root people off the spot, and then he turns around and throws a windmill dunk down on top of Shane Battier.
How about the dunk he had in the second quarter against Stromile Swift in that last game? Still resonating. Pau Gasol with an up fake on Amari, playing with 3 fouls. Short with it, and here's Marion. So the Suns trying to pull it out and open up the margin. Getting by Williams is Nash, and the foul is called. Non-shooting foul called against the Grizzlies, and it will be against Pau Gasol. His first foul of the game, and a timeout. Furious pace, but the Memphis Grizzlies trying to stay with the Suns, trailing by 7.
With more flights to more places than ever before, America is your backyard. Southwest Airlines, we're taking low fares farther.
You are now free to move about the country.
It's the only minivan with Stone Go seating. And I got 0% financing. It's got best-in-class cargo space.
And we need it. Bonus cash and a DVD player. It's got a 5-star side crash test rating.
Join over 1 million proud new owners during the Chrysler Spring Sales Event to get the most award-winning lineup in our history. Now qualified returning lessees can lease a Town & Country for $269 a month for 39 months with $19.99 due at signing.
We got the Town & Country we wanted. Right here.
What did your father tell you of your obligations?
From the director of Gladiator, protect the people. An oath to his father made him a crusader.
We defend this city to protect the people.
An invincible enemy.
He has 200,000 men. He will be executed.
Made him a leader.
They're here.
A story that lives today from a crusade 1,000 years ago. Ridley Scott's Kingdom of Heaven. Rated R.
Moms, they have so much to deal with. That's why they really deserve an extra cool Mother's Day gift from Radio Shack. Mom will be the talk of the block with this new Sprint PCS Vision Picture Phone PM8200 by Sanyo. Buy one for just $59.99 and get one free with 2-year agreements. No wonder Radio Shack sells more wireless phones than any other consumer electronics retailer. Yes, for all Mom has to put up with, she's worthy of the best this year. From Radio Shack, we make it easy.
The 2005 NBA Playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. And by Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard.
We're in Memphis, Tennessee, and a 7-point lead for the Phoenix Suns. And Amari Stoudemire, we've seen one of his major dunks, but nothing like game number 3 when he dunked one in the second quarter against Stromile Swift. Here's his comments about it.
Dunking on someone is always a great joy. You know, I enjoy doing that, and it gets the fans involved, and it also raises the tempo of the game, you know, as far as our standpoint. So it's fun to do.
And he said that I probably have 999 dunks. This has to rank in the top 5. That was the one in game 3, and here was the one from tonight.
Well, the thing about Stoudemire is that his dunks do a great job of energizing the rest of his teammates. And particularly when you're on the road, where you don't have your own crowd to give you that energy, they pick it up off of his dunks.
Amazingly, Suns are shooting 59% from the field, leading by only 7. That's a reverse of what Memphis felt in the last game when they were shooting 63%, led by only 1 point at one point. There you see Steve Nash with his best scoring game.
Grizzlies have to be careful. I mean, Jason Williams hit a couple of long shots early, not to fall into that trap of thinking you're going to be as good as the Phoenix Suns are at making those shots.
Marion with the short shot, 11 for Marion. So 4 of the 5 starters, other than Quentin Richardson, in double figures tonight for Phoenix. Leading by 9 and stretching it out again. Here's Mike Miller. And Shane Battier getting the offensive rebound. Here's Miller again. And trying to tip it in was Swift, and he got fouled. And Mark Wunderlich coming over. It's a two-shot foul.
Good call, because on this play right here, it turns into a pass by Mike Miller to the rim, and while he was going up, Swift was his legs were taken out underneath him.
Jim Jackson with his third personal foul, so a bunch of Suns with 3 fouls, including Amari Stoudemire, Joe Johnson, Quentin Richardson, and now Jim Jackson.
You know, when Stromile has been the victim of those dunks by Amari, the biggest thing about that is the fact that Stromile gets up so high. You know, the guy who is guarding him, that's what led to all the energy. Like, the guys couldn't believe that he was able to do that over Stromile Swift. Now, Mike Dunleavy, that would have been a problem.
Oh, I don't know. You've got to. Well,
I don't know.
maybe not. Let's shoot with the best of them. Come on. Under 5 minutes remaining in the third. Here's Jackson with a 2-pointer from the corner, and now is an 11-point lead. So the Suns very quietly have extended their lead double digits, outscoring the Grizzlies 10-2.
You just cannot relax against this team.
And a skip pass, and Battier is fouled, a reach-in foul, and that'll be against Marion. Only his first foul with 4:36 to go. Each team has 4 team fouls in the quarter.
You really can't waver against a strategy of how you beat this team. You've got to move the basketball. You've got to make the extra pass. You've got to attack the rim off the dribble. You've got to get post-ups. And your long-range shots have to be great shots coming off of defensive rotations.
Dante Jones for 3, way off the mark.
It's good.
Grizzlies have connected on only 2 of their last 13 shot attempts, and it's quieted the crowd here at the FedEx Forum on their feet, waving the white towels before halftime. But the turnover, and that's plagued the Suns in the second quarter. And right here, Battier to Swift, and it's out of bounds, and the Grizzlies miss an opportunity.
Well, first of all, on that play right there, they should have had a fast break opportunity. Stromile Swift makes a really nice play, but then he doesn't run the floor hard enough to get down in the early to create a 3-on-2 fast break.
Under 4 minutes remaining, third quarter. Suns trying to end it all and complete the 4-game sweep. Go to round 2, and Shane Battier trying to block Amari Stoudemire. Called for the foul, will send Amari to the line.
Mike Fratello is asking what part of the ball did he foul on this play, but I think it was a lot of arm contact. I thought it was a good call by the referee.
Battier now with 3. Mike Fratello. Mike Fratello took over after the Grizzlies started out 5-11. They lost their first 4 games. Hubie Brown, because of health concerns, left the team, and Mike Fratello took off, led his team to a 40-26 finish. And this club that had problems struggling early, and remember, they had major injury problems throughout the year, and they fought through it and made the playoff. Paul Gasol missing 23 with a foot injury. Battier was out 39 games. Posey with 29. Swift, a lot of them were hurt. And Stromile Swift hitting the jumper here. So Fratello had this team going, and now the late problems with Bonzi Wells, but this team is fighting.
Well, they're giving a great effort here tonight. And, you know, right now, a couple of good plays, and now they put the pressure back on the Phoenix Suns.
They are playing poised basketball tonight against a team that can run you down. Stromile Swift with a turnaround. 2 baskets for Swift. And it is a 9-point lead for the Suns as we approach 3 minutes remaining in the third. Gasol fouls Nash. Both teams in the penalty now, and Nash will shoot.
Oh, that kind of foul just drives you crazy. I mean, there's no need for him to step out and put Nash on the free throw line with that kind of a play. He's 35 feet from the basket.
For Steve Nash, telling his team that you got to pay attention even when you're up 3-0. He was with the Dallas Mavericks in 2003. They led Portland 3 games to none, and then were forced to play a 7th and deciding game against the Trailblazers. Well, tomorrow night on NBA TV, the Bulls meet the Wizards. Game 4 of their series. Coverage begins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Bulls lead 2-1. You saw Posey enter the game. So Posey is out there with Gasol, Watson, Jones, and Stromile Swift. Earl Watson's first appearance in the second half. 7 on the clock. Posey on the drive. Foul. And now Jim Jackson and the rest of the Suns claiming they had all ball. And that'll be 4 on Amari Stoudemire. And that's why the Suns are so emphatic that it was a block and not a foul. That's 4.
Well, from here, it looked like he did reach in and foul. I thought Wonderlic made another good call.
And the Suns have called a timeout. It is their first timeout. Memphis has only 1 timeout left, plus a 20. And a timeout. Waning minutes of the third quarter. The lead is 10 for the Suns.
And that says a lot. Here comes McCready. What a play by T-Mac.
Can inspiration make the simple act of driving around extraordinary? Yes. Can substance and style blend seamlessly together? Clearly. And can the car of your dreams be an affordable reality? Absolutely. The 150-mile-per-hour performance-tested Chrysler Crossfire, starting at just $29,970. Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard.
I can't believe Kyle turned down these tickets.
I know, right? Let's hit him up.
Hey, that's your apartment. That's your Bud Light. That's your girlfriend.
Fresh, smooth, real. It's all here.
Sharon? Yeah, she's sharing all right.
America's favorite home gym is more affordable than ever. Now you can get the all-new Bowflex Extreme for just $19 a month. Call the number on your screen for a free DVD or video and check it out. Bowflex's Power Rod technology delivers results. Powerful arms, defined legs, a stronger chest, and a toned, sexy core. And owning a Bowflex home gym is so affordable. Great results are easy with a new Extreme. All it takes is one simple workout, 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, to get in the best shape of your life. The Extreme is built so well that we back it with an unrivaled 7-year warranty. And so effective, it comes with Bowflex's 100% satisfaction guarantee. Through this special offer, you can own one with no money down and just $19 per month. You can't get this Bowflex deal anywhere else. Call us for a free DVD or video, or visit us online and find out how to get your Bowflex for just $19 a month today.
It's time now for Bud Lights Around the League, and it's all about playmakers. Assist leader Steve Nash is top. Allen Iverson, and a huge game 3, and very nearly saved it from Philadelphia today against Detroit, but couldn't.
Yeah, Iverson's been playing unbelievable basketball. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen him play any better.
Steve Nash. Does that mean you've seen Steve Nash play better? No. That's not logical. Here is Posey on the free throw line. Nash tonight with 17 points, 5 assists. He's at 5 of 8, including 3 threes. Posey misses the first.
Well, he did a very good job of not selling for the outside shot. Attacked the rim, and he gets that extra foul on Stoudemire, which can have him sit down for the next 2:42.
A rare sight, the Grizzlies at the line. The Suns have gone to the free throw stripe 18 times, more than Memphis. And they have 11 rebounds more as well. They're shooting 61%. Yep, it's a 9-point game, 84-75. 2.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Dick Stockton, Mike Dunleavy, Ham Oliver with you from the FedEx Forum in Memphis. Game 4 with the Suns winning the first 3, trying to sweep Feed Marion after a great penetration by Nash.
The Grizzlies have just got to keep with the play. They do a good job for the first, like 17, 18 seconds. The last 5 or 6 seconds, they break down and kind of give up.
That's what Shane Battier was saying. In practice, we're fine for a while, and then it drops. We get broken down individually, but Stromile Swift coming out of nowhere with 9 points. He's hit all 4 of his shots after struggling in the time he's played so far in the series. Under 2 minutes remaining, 1:48 specifically. Nash missing a three-point attempt. Two Grizzlies fighting for the ball, Swift and Posey.
Yeah, that was almost disastrous. They would have lost that one. Then switch to pick and roll. Nash has Swift in the low post.
And there is Pau Gasol with a short jumper in the lane, pulled down by Jackson. Nash wanted to throw it.
Yeah, he had Marion on the lob.
And Marion goes behind. Nash said, I'll take the three. I'll hit the three. Game. And a 12-point Suns lead. Nearly a minute remaining in the third quarter.
That's the problem when you give good defensive help against this team. They get a wide open spot-up shooter. He bangs down a three.
So Nash has 20. Johnson, his backcourt partner, leads with 22. Here's Posey, and that's a three. Posey answers Nash with a three-point basket. That's his third of the game.
Well, Posey's been doing a lot of things both ends of the floor to keep these Grizzlies in the game.
And Nash penetrating. Here's Joe Johnson. Did most of his scoring early. Marion, very tough when he gets that medium range.
Shoots that crooked shot better than almost anybody in this league.
It's hit 7 of 9. 15 points for Marion. So the lead is 11. Got 6 seconds differential. Miles Smith playing very well. Has it blocked by Hunter. And Hunter had his back turned as Watson found Swift.
But what he did was he thought Swift was out of the play, and he went back to put another body on Gasol, and Watson did a great job of finding him.
Playing for the last shot only because there's no shot clock. Three-point attempt misses, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Well, it's a 9-point lead, 91-82 for the Phoenix Suns. Game was tied at 64, and the Suns have outscored the Grizzlies 27-18 since. So the big fourth quarter coming into Memphis surprise, or the Suns sweep?
Five-star crash test rating.
It's the only minivan with Stone Go seating, and I got 0% financing.
My 300, 2005 Motor Trend cars a year.
Join over 1 million proud new owners during the Chrysler Spring Sales Event to get the most award-winning vehicles in our history. Get great offers on the roomy PT Convertible, the stylish Sebring, and the powerful Crossfire Roadster. With the widest range of convertibles to choose from, Chrysler's sure to have one that fits your style. Get great savings during the Chrysler Spring Sales Event. Through April, get an extra $1,000 bonus cash allowance.
All the Jedi knowledge. All the lightsaber skills. And all the Force powers. Can't save you from the one thing you can never escape. Your destiny. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, the video game. Before you see the movie, live it. Rated T for teen.
Want to beat athlete's foot? Let's try a little one-on-one. Lamisil AT versus Lotrimin AF. Use this, you have to use it for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. With Lamisil AT, 1 week and you're done. That's 4 times faster. Lamisil AT, advanced treatment.
I'm not a gangster. No, I'm not a thug. No, I'm not into trying to be hard. If you ask me about that on the basketball court, then I say, yeah, I'm hard, I'm tough on the basketball court. But off the court, that ain't who I want my kids to feel like their daddy is. That's just my environment. That's where I came from. I can't be somebody else. All I can be is the best Allen Iverson that I can be.
Nokia 6230. Anything less is a walkie-talkie.
Last right.
That's mine. Back off, LeBron. Coming through. Nighty-night. Victory is mine. Show him my motto.
Foot odor.
There's a better way to fight it. Only Odor Eaters has Zorbitex technology to absorb 110% of its weight in sweat and destroy odor on contact. The strongest Odor Eaters foot powder ever.
Unleash Blade Trinity on DVD.
We can't win this war alone.
The final chapter ends here. The unrated cut on a 2-disc Platinum Series DVD.
Get ready to roll with this.
Complete the trilogy on DVD today.
We start the fourth quarter as the Phoenix Suns looking to sweep the Memphis Grizzlies. The fans have other ideas. Their team trailing by 9. They were down by as many as 21, came back to tie the game at 64 with 10.5 to go in the third. And the Suns open it up again. For the Suns, they have 5 players in double figures, led by Joe Johnson with 22, his playoff high. Steve Nash with his best scoring game of 20. For the Grizzlies, they have 6 players in double figures, 3 starters and 3 coming off the bench. Earl Watson is the point guard, and he's out there with Dante Jones, Pau Gasol, James Posey, and Stromile Swift. Here's Gasol, and getting a piece of it was Hunter. Jones had the shot, goes up like a blast to slam it through.
Again, great job by Dante Jones not to settle for the jump shot when he saw the opportunity to take the ball to the rim.
Suns with 91 points, and that's the most they have scored after 3 quarters in this series thus far.
Joe Johnson at the point guard spot for Steve Nash, and you see Watson doing a great job putting pressure on him up the floor.
Watson committing the foul on Johnson.
Again, Dante attacks off the dribble. Big man steps up, and he throws down right on top of him.
Dante Jones with 14 points, tied with Pau Gasol for the Grizzlies scoring lead. Jackson with 3. Jim Jackson, who is 3 for 5 from beyond the arc. That is the 10th three-pointer for the Suns, who had 15 for a franchise playoff high in Game 1.
Again, the Grizzlies are a little bit slow on their full rotation.
Gasol going out, Watson behind the line. Jackson almost saying, go ahead and shoot. Hunter defending against Pau Gasol in the lane. Foul, basket counts, and the foul by Hunter, and a chance for the three-point conversion.
You see, when when Amari Stoudemire is out of the game, they played the low post straight up. So right here, no help to Gasol. He makes his move across the middle, goes up, and gets tapped on the wrist as he finishes the little jump shot in the lane.
Hunter committing the foul, and here's Pau Gasol. 3-point play for Gasol, who has 17 points tonight.
Again, here's when he's trying to put the pressure on, extend the Phoenix Suns out, trying while Nash is on the bench.
7-point lead, and this is where Memphis definitely has to make inroads. With Nash on the bench, as you said, Jackson hitting a 3, comes back with another from the perimeter.
Well, again, right there, the worry was Joe Johnson posting up Watson in the low post. Gasol came over early to zone up the play, and they did a nice job of swinging the ball to the weak side to the open man.
Jim Jackson, 18 points in 18 minutes off the bench. Swift posting up and stolen by Sean Marion. That was a bad pass by Jones. And Jackson red hot. Not that time. Smith getting the rebound.
Well, unfortunately for Dante Jones, he should have thrown the ball in the first time down and not the second.
Watson at the point.
Running the low post against the Sal. They got the high-low opportunity. You got to keep the ball moving.
Hunter, Swift going in. Crossover by Swift, who looked a little shaken up after that basket. Has hit 6 of 7 from the field. And a technical foul called against Stromile Swift after the basket by him.
Yeah, because he did a chin up. You know, right here, you got to let it go. I mean, he does it, makes him nice. A great move behind his back, and then does a chin up on the basket, which referees will call that for, you know, showboating.
Mike, we're seeing everything tonight. Break dancing, chin ups.
That's right. You know, right there. That's every point in this game is so important. You can't be giving any easy ones away.
James Posey picking up a technical foul earlier in the third quarter for the Grizzlies. Suns will have the possession, leading now 97-89. Hunter will inbound. So it's Hunter, Johnson, Jackson, Marion, and Quentin Richardson.
Good job right there defensively by Skomov Swift guarding Marion off the dribble.
Marion running into Hunter.
He's a big guy. He can do that.
I mean, what are you doing here?
Again, trying to go to the post against Marion. Gasol's got to dive to the post.
8-point game. Posey will fire a three. Crowd ready to erupt on that one, but it remains an 8-point game, and here's the fast break. 2 at the other side and maybe 3. And the foul on Dante Jones, and Marion has to be held back. Sean Marion was going after Jones and had to be held back.
Well, Marion's upset because he thought he was going out of control and got hit. He thinks he should get a flagrant foul because of it.
Quentin Richardson is also yelling at Dante Jones. Three-point play possibility now for Marion.
A great pass ahead to Marion. Full stride, goes to the rim. And what they're saying basically is, I mean, the contact is there.
I've seen worse.
But they're saying he's not making a play on the ball.
Well, the right hand pushing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where Marion thought it was out of line. Yeah, he used his forearm, the right forearm. And the flagrant foul called against Dante Jones.
The referee coming into the behind the play saw that there was no play made on the ball by Dante Jones. And what happened is, potentially, is that Marion was so high up in the air so quickly, Jones couldn't get to him and just made the contact, chest high. But by the rules, if you're not making a play on the ball, a flagrant foul can be called.
Not as angry as you'll see Mike Fratello. 1 out of 2 for Marion. 11-point lead. Marion's going to go out of the game, as is Joe Johnson, replaced by Steve Nash. So Amari Stoudemire and Stephen Hunter both in the lineup at the same time. So this is the big team for the Suns.
Well, they like this lineup to be able to defend Gasol in the post.
Double team. Jackson going to Amari.
Good rotation there by the Grizzlies.
Turnaround by Stoudemire. Tough shot and a drop. Tough shot.
You cannot defend the play any better than they just defended that play.
17 for Stoudemire. And it's 102-89. 13-point lead. A little more than 3 minutes elapsed in the fourth. Pau Gasol open. Rebound by Swift. Did not have control of it. Dante Jones, however, is there.
Earl Watson was the guy who put the ball back in. Good ball control. Body control.
Stand corrected. 6 for Watson. And he's out defending Nash. And they're going to call Watson with the foul. 13th foul against the Grizzlies, who, by the way, have only 1 timeout and a 20 in case it gets that close at the end, as Mike Fratello using most of his timeouts early on.
This is it, Hyundai's once-a-year spring sales event, where just $229 per month leases a new Hyundai Santa Fe. Get this limited-time offer on the stylish Santa Fe. Like every Hyundai, the Santa Fe is built with award-winning quality that lets Hyundai offer America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. Hurry, the event ends May 2nd, only at your Hyundai dealer. See your Hyundai dealer to get into a Santa Fe for only $229 a month.
Within the second period of extra time, it's been a grueling match for both teams. Chad chases the ball. Ramos takes control. Oh, man!
The longer and harder you exercise, the more severe your hydration needs become, and that can cause you to fall apart.
Again.
That's why there's new Gatorade Endurance Formula. This unique 5 electrolyte formula puts back more of what your body loses during your most punishing activities. New Gatorade Endurance Formula.
A 6-week television event.
The ways of our people must change. They will die.
From executive producer Steven Spielberg and DreamWorks Television. Into the West, starting June 10th, only on TNT.
The best place to watch your favorite college teams? Sports Pack, only from DirecTV. Over 25 specialty and regional sports networks no true sports fan should be without. Sports Pack from DirecTV, just $12 or less per month. Order now at DirecTV.com or call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Who decides what the next big thing in TV is? Who judges which innovations bring TV to the next level? The answer is easy. You do. DirecTV never stops looking for ways to bring you the best TV possible. Maybe that's why we've been ranked #1 in customer satisfaction 3 years running. Putting our customers first. Just another example of how DirecTV is rethinking the way television should be.
As we welcome you back to Memphis, it was a part of the NBA Legends Tour. Guys like Dave Cowens, Rick Barry, Spencer Haywood acted as goodwill ambassadors, paying a visit to the Grizzlies house at St. Jude's Children's Hospital in Memphis. The Legends spent some time apparently working out, but they spent some time with families and patients and also took a tour of the state-of-the-art facility, which the Grizzlies contributed some $5 million to help build. Very nice event for all the parties involved, Dick, including that man right there, Dave Cowens. They were greatly appreciative of the chance to have some time with those patients who attend St. Jude's. Back to you.
All right, Pam, and of course a great cause, and it's great to see the Legends coming out to these playoff games, and Rick Barry and Cowens and Spencer Haywood, all great.
I know Rick Barry would love to play for this Phoenix team.
Yeah,
he could fit right in.
What about the underhanded free throw shooting?
Oh, he's the best.
Quentin Richardson with a lay-in. And it's 104-91, a 13-point game. And since the second half got underway, the Suns have hit 15 of 18 from the field. And many of them, like the last one, layup. Posey going up, no foul. Richardson stays with him. And Posey inside nearly lost it. And Stromile Swift with an acrobatic move that gets nothing.
Well, their presence, they've done a great job. Phoenix has it about crowding the inside once the ball comes in.
And the Grizzlies right now are in a position where they've got to keep that poise and make the right decisions to hang in the game. They're falling behind now. And the Suns may be hungry to put this game away, although Jackson misses a three from the corner. And Watson brings it up. It's Watson with Stromile Smith, Pau Gasol, Dante Jones, and James Posey. Gasol with nowhere to look, finally, or nowhere to throw to, hits the jumper. It's down to 11.
And trying to feed through the crowd there, get the turnover, give Grizz a chance to get back in the game.
Watson feeding Pau Gasol, so all of a sudden, two lay-ins sandwiched around a turnover, and it is again a 9-point deficit for the Grizzlies. And Nash feeding Stoudemire, knocked away by Earl Watson. 11 on the shot clock. Shane Battier is going to check in for the Memphis Grizzlies. There is Battier, who has scored only 2 points tonight, a 1 for 5 shooting. And going to the bench is Stromile Swift.
In the matchup with Marion and Gasol, difference in speed, putting them in the pick and roll right now.
And Quentin Richardson hitting a two-pointer. So it's 106-95, 6.5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. The Suns hitting from inside and out. Suns have 6 players in double figures, as do the Grizzlies. Posey on the handoff, knocked away with 9 on the shot clock. And here's Joe Johnson coming back in for the Suns. He is the high scorer with 22 points. And Jim Jackson goes to the bench with 19. Watson with the lay-in, but baseline, challenge Johnson.
Well, Watson's come up with some good baskets on the interior. The problem he had earlier is he's taking some long outside jumpers, which is not his game.
So now the Grizzlies trying to keep the Suns at bay to try to narrow that 9-point deficit. Here's Marion. He hasn't missed one like that tonight, Mike.
Terrific job. I mean, the Grizzlies rotated hard out to him at the three-point line. He put the ball down, going to his left, and shoot that short little in-between jump shot. He's one of the best in the league at making it. 20
points for Marion, so 3 players at 20 or more for the Suns. Here's Watson. Banks in the three. Earl Watson banking in the three. That is his first of the game, and it's an 8-point lead. And what do you know? Both teams over 100.
I just want to know if he called bank.
I can read lips a little bit from here. Scramble for the loose ball, and Nash is tied up. Did not call timeout, which he could have. Instead got tied up for the jump ball, and now we will have a timeout. 5:25 to go. Earl Watson playing big minutes and producing here in this quarter. 108 to 100.
Sin is fun.
He kills for the fun of it. The job is simple. Get him and get him fast.
Tell him where the money is.
I'm the guy banging your old lady. Bob Shadows coming.
How dare you not defend your daughter?
This loud noise you hear is me.
These low fares to your favorite vacation destination start at just $49. Book yours at southwest.com.
This is it, Hyundai's once-a-year spring sales event with great deals like up to $2,500 cash back and limited-time-only savings on the V6 Hyundai Santa Fe, feature-packed, and the winner of Strategic Vision's 2004 Total Quality Award. That award-winning quality lets Hyundai offer America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. But you have to hurry. The event ends May 2nd. Only at your Hyundai dealer. See your Hyundai dealer for up to $2,500 cash back before time runs out.
When it comes to food, you need a light beer that measures up. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Taste for yourself. Miller. Good call.
On May 27th,
the warden wants us to put a football team together.
it's the Cons versus the Guards.
There goes the neighborhood.
Sandler.
That's gonna cost. Looking forward to it.
Rock.
Who we gonna crush? The Guards! Who we gonna kill? The Guards! Who we gonna kiss? The Guards! Gotcha.
Why can't I be quarterback? Hit me, I'm open. That's the reason. Sit down and shut up.
The Longest Yard. Rated PG-13.
Will you teach me to football? I'll teach you anything. Just don't eat me.
Friday, May 27th.
The 2005 NBA Playoffs on TNT. Brought to you by Hyundai. See the full line of Hyundai's cars and SUVs. Visit HyundaiUSA.com. By Southwest Airlines, official airline of the NBA. By the U.S. Postal Service. The U.S. Postal Service is working for you. And by Wendy's new Mediterranean chicken salad.
A busy weekend in Memphis, and a lot of people dressed up like the King, Elvis Presley, and in fact, the daughter of Elvis Presley, Lisa Marie, sang as part of the Beale Street Music Festival, which was quite a treat for the people on hand. It's been a great festive weekend here in Memphis. Want to remind you to check out NBA TV for highlights, breaking news, press conferences, and behind-the-scenes action during the entire postseason. We have 5:25 remaining in the fourth. Suns up 108 to 100. Keep in mind that the Grizzlies have only a 20-second timeout remaining if it gets down to it.
Well, Dante Jones should win this tip. They should gain the advantage.
Just like the coach knew exactly, well, the Duke guy, right?
Exactly.
Jason Williams Back into the game for the Grizzlies. Posey looking for Pau Gasol. Amari Stoudemire, who has 4 fouls defending. And there is Gasol going up, and it doesn't drop for him, and Marion is there. Big possession.
Yeah, that was a pretty good look. A little bit of contact on the play, but he still should have finished it.
Gasol picking up Nash on the switch. They swing it around. Joe Johnson with a three-point attempt. And here's Jason Williams. Williams tonight has scored 15 points, but has hit 3 threes. And this one is a 2-point basket, cutting the Phoenix lead to 6.
Again, the last time down defensively, good defense, good rotations by the Grizzlies. Got them out in the open court where they get a transition basket.
There is the pick and roll. Amari Stoudemire will go to the line as he was fouled from behind. That is the 4th team foul against Memphis and the 4th against Shane Battier.
Shane tried to slide in, get in position to take the charge, just couldn't get there soon enough.
So Stoudemire, who's 7 of 10 from the line and 17 points shooting. And right now, let's see what's on TNT.
Think you are, but we were assigned this case by Captain Taylor.
There's been a change of plans. Once I get to work and they see me in action, they'll have a whole list of other reasons to hate my guts.
And the loose ball foul was called on Pau Gasol on the miss.
That is a big play. Quentin Richardson coming in between the big guys of the Memphis Grizzlies to pull down a missed free throw and get himself back to the free throw line. That really hurts Memphis's opportunity.
Grizzlies slow to react, but Richardson misses the first free throw. Pau Gasol, who has 21 points to lead 6 in double figures. Actually, 7 Grizzlies are in double figures, including 4 reserves. How often do you see that? And Richardson makes 1 out of 2. 110 to 102 Suns.
Jason Williams on the court now. That 3-point shooting presence.
Hits his 4th of the game, and it's now down to 5. 110 to 105. Williams with 20. Every possession big, even though we have as many as 4 minutes remaining in this one, because you're playing the Suns, and they are prolific scoring. And Johnson pushed down Jason Williams, and no foul was called. And Quentin Richardson misses a 3. Marion is there for the basket and the foul.
Gasol was sitting there taking pictures of the play. It was a great job of being boxed out by Amari Stoudemire, but Gasol did not box out Marion right here. Marion comes into the picture right around them. And again, another huge, huge play.
Foul is against Pau Gasol. His 4th, Marion trying to get the 3-point play. Jason Williams was tossed down. 3-point play, giving the Suns an 8-point advantage with 3:43 remaining. Here's Williams changing hands. And here come the Suns with Johnson and no hurry. Closest game was game number 2 when the Suns won 108 to 103. Grizzlies were up by 5 with 4:04 remaining. That was their best chance thus far. Marion wide open for 3. And Dante Jones, who has played 32 minutes in this game.
Grizzlies just dodging bullets right now, giving those kind of open looks to the Suns.
Williams pulling up for 2. Gasol fighting and losing the battle to Stoudemire with 3 minutes to go, and a steal by Posey. Great play by James Posey.
Gasol just flashed to the low post. And the court is spread the way it is. Easy opportunity to get the ball in.
Here's Gasol away from the basket against Stoudemire, going up, but not convert.
That was a good take by Gasol. Just missed a good shot.
And the Suns 2.5 minutes away from moving into the second round in a 4-game sweep over the Grizzlies, in front by 8 points. 6 on the shot clock. Nash. And Nash is fouled by Jason Williams. And the Grizzlies have been over the limit the last couple of minutes, and Nash, one of the better free throw shooters in the league, will shoot 2. Phoenix will call a timeout. And desperation time coming up for the Grizzlies as they try to stay alive against the top-seeded Phoenix Suns.
Want to beat athlete's foot? Let's try a little one-on-one. Lamisil AT versus Lotrimin AF. Use this, you have to use it for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. With Lamisil AT, 1 week and you're done. That's 4 times faster. Lamisil AT, advanced treatment.
Last Sprite.
That's mine. Hey, dog. Follow that Sprite.
How's the burger? Good.
Oh, wait. Where you going? You cheated. Show him on my toes.
This is it, Hyundai's once-a-year spring sales event with great deals like up to $2,500 cash back and limited-time-only savings on the V6 Hyundai Santa Fe, feature-packed, and the winner of Strategic Vision's 2004 Total Quality Award. That award-winning quality lets Hyundai offer America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. But you have to hurry. The event ends May 2nd, only at your Hyundai dealer. See your Hyundai dealer for up to $2,500 cash back before time runs out.
A superstar on the road to glory, Trinidad is in devastating form. A true champion ready for the spotlight. Wright wants to stop him in his tracks. When invincible meets indomitable, it's a head-on collision. Trinidad versus Wright, Saturday, May 14th, live on DirecTV pay-per-view. Don't miss Trinidad versus Wright, live on DirecTV pay-per-view, channel 123. Is the light at the end of the tunnel an oncoming train?
The baseball you want and then some. MLB Extra Innings from DirecTV. More of your favorite players. More of your favorite teams. And all the pennant races. Up to 60 games each week you won't get if you don't call. MLB Extra Innings from DirecTV.
Y'all step away from what you're doing.
No need to be a bitch about it.
If I liked being called a bitch to my face, I'd still be married.
Hi, Mama. Why does everyone think I'm so horrible?
I warned you about lying. Thank you.
Coming up next, we go into the West. Down 2-1, the Sacramento Kings look to hold court at home and even up their series with the Sonics. And beginning June 10th, a 6-week television event, Into the West, only on TNT.
Right now, let's take a step back and look at the Western Conference NBA playoffs. Phoenix close to sweeping. They would play the winner of Dallas and Houston. The road team has won all 4 games thus far. And that game will be tomorrow night at 8 o'clock right here on TNT. Seattle, Sacramento, as you know, coming up next, with the Kings trying to win at home and even that series. And the San Antonio Spurs have come back to win 2 after losing to Denver at home in their first game. And that will be the second half of the doubleheader on Monday right here on TNT. And the winner of Seattle-Sacramento will play the survivor of the Spurs and the Nuggets. Nash connecting on the first free throw. The Suns have gone to the free throw line 27 more times than the Memphis Grizzlies tonight.
Well, it's because they've been in attack mode. They've gotten into the open court, and they've had numbered breaks to where they've had the advantage.
115 to 105. 2:15 remaining. Jason Williams, the only Grizzly to score in the last 3+ minutes, turns it over. Marion
does a smart thing by pulling out. Clock is on their side right now.
2 minutes to go in the fourth. A year ago, the Grizzlies were swept by San Antonio 4 straight on their way to another 0-4. And the rebound by Stoudemire. And loose ball foul will be called against Stoudemire. That'll be 5 on him. The question is, you know, this kind of foul trouble with 1:52 to go, maybe a moot point.
Yeah, you're not going to see Mike D'Antoni run to his bench to get him out right now.
He's not running anywhere. Just waiting for the second round if this team can survive this one. Posey looking for Pau Gasol. 1:40 on the clock. Gasol against Stoudemire. Posey driving in and is fouled. A blocking foul is called against Sean Marion.
He called a charge on Posey.
Oh, yes, he did.
I know those mechanics very well. It's one of those times where Posey may have shot that three. He takes the ball to the rim. Sees two Suns defenders get outside the charge box and take it right on the chin.
That's not the kind of aggressiveness you're looking for. Want to be aggressive, but
good defense by the Suns.
The two normally don't go hand in hand, but they may be better than people think. And there's Richardson hitting a three, and that will put the final nail in. 118 to 105, 111 to go. And the Grizzlies will call their last timeout. It's a 20-second timeout. So ever since Memphis came within 5, the Phoenix Suns have had the answer, as they've had throughout the game. An 8-0 run. And take a look at the Grizzlies. Mike Fratello replaced Hubie Brown with the team's 5-11, struggling early on. They won 50 last year, won 45, and there is the slew of injuries. And Mike Fratello did a terrific job, and the wheels started to come off toward the end because of injuries. Maybe the team played better when they had the injuries, Mike.
Well, they did. They played more together. I think what is facing Jerry West in this offseason is the possibility, can he package multiple players together to get maybe one more of an impact player that can help them get out of the first round that they've been stuck in the last 2 years.
So the Grizzlies, with 1:11 remaining, down by 13 points. And how about the Phoenix Suns, who averaged a little over 110 points a game? And they say, well, in the playoffs, you could just take 10 points off. You're not going to score the same. Well, they exceeded that.
It's really slowed them down.
Right. They've exceeded that. Scoring 100 and more, 114, 108, 110, and 118 so far in this game. Pau Gasol. And the foul committed by Jason Williams. The Grizzlies cannot stop the clock by virtue of timeout anymore.
Right now, the Phoenix Suns are basically saying, we're not going to give you any three-point shots. We're going to let you take the ball to the rim. You can score layups. Anything you need to do to take up time, that's what we're going to play for. No threes. Because you see, they scored. They knew they had a foul. They get the ball, do a great thing, get the ball into the best free throw shooter, Steve Nash. He goes to the line and calmly knocks down the first one. And
Charles Barkley said in the studio, he said the Phoenix Suns are playing the best basketball of anyone in the playoffs, and who can argue?
Not me.
120 to 107. Under a minute remaining. They'll play the winner of the series between the Mavericks and the Rockets, as Miller hits a three-pointer to make it 120 to 110. Curiously enough, against those teams, the Suns lost all the home games, won all the road games against both Dallas and Houston.
It's keeping the trend that they have going down in that series right now.
And Miller committing the personal foul with 40 seconds to go.
So let me ask you this. Okay, Phoenix Suns have the best record. Can they ask the commissioner, hey, listen, can we start on the road as opposed to starting at home?
It's like winning the toss and taking the wind and wanting to kick off. That could be a new fad.
I don't know. They may let them do it if they ask that request.
Right now, let's toss it to Ernie Johnson in our studio.
All right, thank you, Dick. Just want to remind you with this Southwest game break that the Sonics and Kings are coming up. Boy, does Seattle need something out of that guy, Rashard Lewis. He was number 20 in the league in scoring this year, 21 points a game, averaging 9 in this series. Sonics lead it 2-1 as they play at Arco in Game 4 next on TNT. Dick?
All right, Ernie, and a short coughing spell by Mike D'Antoni. And,
please, Mike, no, not now.
122 to 110, and very confident and realistic guy. He says, you know, I like everything we're doing. I'm not worried about anything. And I think his demeanor has played a major role in the way the Suns play this year.
Well, Mike made some great decisions earlier in the year about the style of play. You know, I mean, he had a question of, if I move Amari Stoudemire to the center position, can I deal with that? Can I play with a small lineup? Can we score more than people and make teams blink, make them play to us?
Pau Gasol hitting the three to make it a 9-point game. And then Shane Battier with his 5th personal foul with a little more than 20 seconds remaining. So this Phoenix Suns team improving their lot by 33 games from one year to another. And a tremendously athletic team. And answering the question, well, you know, they're a running team, but what's their inner presence? We know about Stoudemire and what he can do inside. And you really wonder who can beat this team. Obviously, the San Antonio Spurs playing at their best when they're healthy with good defense. Be a pretty good matchup.
Well, it's going to be tough for an 8 seed to beat them, I can tell you that.
That's why it doesn't happen often, as Yogi Berra would say. And Pau Gasol putting it in. 123 to 113. And the ball turned over by the Suns with 5 seconds to go. So the Phoenix Suns heading to victory, and they have scoring the most points in the series tonight.
What's so positive about this right now is that Nash, who's been banged up all year, is going to get plenty of rest with them sweeping this series.
Yes, won't start till next weekend. First playoff sweep in 10 years, and that was a 5 best-of-5 series, and that's it. The Phoenix Suns have swept the Memphis Grizzlies 123 to 115 as Mike Fratello and Mike D'Antoni shake hands at midcourt. And Mike really had this team fighting tonight. I have to compliment Mike Fratello in how the Grizzlies, with all of their problems, Bonzi Wells not playing tonight, and Mike D'Antoni's Suns move along. Right now, let's send it over to Pam Oliver.
All right, here with Sean Marion and 23 points as he says congratulations to a number of Grizzlies. Sean, I just wanted to ask you a little bit about putting these guys away finally. Tell me what that meant to get that behind you.
It felt good, man. I think we came out here and worked hard tonight. You know, they came in and battled tonight. You know, we didn't expect them to lay down, they didn't. We came in and fought a good battle tonight. As you recall, the series started, the playoffs started with so many questions about whether you guys are sort of a playoff-worthy team and if you have the style of play, that can get you guys advanced in the playoffs. What does it mean for you to have that behind you? I mean, we just go out here and play our game. We know everybody been talking, saying we can't play our same style of play all year long. We got the best record in the league. Now we have swept the first series, so now it's time for us to go on to who we play next and keep doing what we do out there to get better. And you get a little rest on top of that. How important is that for you? Oh, it's going to be great. You know, I get the rest of my wrist up, Steve get the rest of his hand, me and stuff up, so it's going to be good for us. I think we're going to need it, and we're ready for the second round. Okay, thanks, John. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you very much, Pam. And it's now time for tonight's closer of the game, presented by TNT's new original series, The Closer.